You're watching Crookston Pirate Athletics on the KROX video stream. It's brought to you by the University of Minnesota Crookston, Egg Country, Grove Mechanical, Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream Parlor, the Crookston Public School District, American Crystal Sugar Company, Christian Brothers Ford, Riverview Health, Benedictine Living Community of Crookston, Hugo's Family Marketplace, the City of Crookston, CHS Egg Services, State Farm Andy Omen, Crookston Valley Co-op, Northland Community and Technical College, along with the Crookston and Fosston Eye Clinics, all bringing you Crookston Pirate video stream on KROX.
And KROX is live here from KROX Radio Stadium as the Crookston Pirate football team is ready to play their homecoming football game as they take on the Panthers of Cass Lake-Bena. You are tuned in on either KROX Radio or KROX TV, or both, I suppose. You can do either one. I'm Gabe Bishop here with you. Crookston, they're 0-3 on the year after a 40-0 loss to Polk County West. That was last week in Climax. Crookston has now lost 22 straight games. In those 22 games, they've been outscored 1,039 to 158 in those games. The most points they've scored in that span are 20, which was a couple weeks away from being a year ago, where they lost 50-20 to Warroad. I believe that was in Warroad. And Crookston has now won a game since October 29th of 2022, where they beat Pelican Rapids in the Section 8A semifinals. It started with a 56-3 loss to Barnesville in the Fargo Dome on November 4th of 2022. Cass Lake-Bena, they're 1-2 on the year. They opened up the season with a close win, 34-26 against Red Lake, and then losses to Bagley and Nevis, where they were outscored by a whopping 105-8. Cass Lake-Bena, they're 4-43 over the last 5+ seasons, and they haven't won 2 games in a season since 2018, where they beat Red Lake, and then they ended up with a forfeit win over Pine River Bacchus. So it was longer than that ago that they had 2 proper wins. So some streaks, one of them for all of these sides, are going to end tonight, and we'll see just which one it's going to be. But it should be a lot of fun. Of course, the rain is holding off for now. All systems indicate, at least from what I've looked at on multiple sources, that it's not going to stay that way. But at the moment, it's holding off, so teams are getting ready to get out and warm up as we roll right along into our Riverview Health pregame show. On this pregame show, you'll hear from both head coaches, Coach Michael Hansen of the Cass Lake-Bena Panthers and Coach Jim McBride of the Crookston Pirates. We'll take a look at the Draft Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard update. It's all football all over the place, all throughout the area. Lots of homecoming games going on. We'll tell you all about those as well. We'll take a look at our Napa Crookston Welding and Machine starting lineups as we wrap things down towards the end as well and move right along into the 6 o'clock kick here at KROX Radio Stadium. It should be a fun one. We will take a break, and when we come back, we will hear from the head coach of the Cass Lake-Bena Panthers, Coach Hansen, and that will be coming up right after this.
You can make a sweet life right here in the Red River Valley with a career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Our shift schedule offers 14 days off per month, which gives you time for family, friends, the great outdoors, and everything else you enjoy about small-town living. Entry-level positions are available, and pay starts around $18 per hour. Apply today at crystalsugar.com and share in our sweet success.
Accidents happen. Illnesses happen. When you need timely, reliable care for allergies or respiratory infections, sprains, strains, or broken bones, or urinary infections, you can count on Riverview Health. Riverview Clinic in Crookston is open 7 days a week, weekdays from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., and weekends from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. For appointments, call 218-281-9595. When the unexpected happens, Riverview Health is here for you.
You deserve the best. Earn your degree at University of Minnesota Crookston with the best public dorms in Minnesota, ranked by niche. With over 75 programs, you'll easily find the best fit for you. In this close-knit community, you're just around the corner from your new best friends. Plus, the U of M system has the lowest cost after financial aid in the state, so you receive the best value for your education. University of Minnesota Crookston. Small campus, big degree. The best of both worlds.
Ever wonder what your city government does for you? They provide police and fire protection, emergency and disaster preparation, building code and zoning enforcement, street repair, cleaning and snow plowing, curbside garbage and recycling collection, plus spring and fall cleanup weeks. They deliver safe drinking water and maintain a wastewater system. They care for 22 parks and provide year-round recreation activities. They give loans for economic development and housing. They do all this and much more with the help of your city employees.
Shopping for groceries is easier than ever with Hugo's Family Marketplace. To simplify life, Hugo's offers convenient online shopping with delivery or curbside pickup at gohugos.com. Even better, shop on the go with the Hugo's Family Marketplace smartphone app. Download e-coupons, recipes, grocery lists, weekly ads, and place your grocery order right from your phone. Save time and save big with Hugo's Family Marketplace, your hometown grocer since 1939.
You're gonna find more low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
And here we go now on the River Health pregame show with the head coach of Cass Lake-Bena, Coach Michael Hansen, here with us. And, Coach, appreciate you coming down to Crookston this weekend. It should be a fun one. Also should be a rainy one, as the weather is rainy throughout the course of the day. What has practice been like last week after your game last week, moving through this week? What kinds of things you've been working on?
It's been good. We got a couple guys back healthy. Took a couple bumps in the roads, but all in all, practice was pretty good this week.
Yeah, I know health can be a question sometimes in the middle point of the year. Have you been banged up for the majority of the year so far?
We got a little banged up after game one, and then game two when we played Bagley, we got pretty banged up there. But we got a majority of those guys back. Still a couple guys a couple weeks out from coming back, but we got some guys back this week, so it should be a good deal.
That's awesome to hear. Of course, you're coming down to take on the Pirates. They're playing a Class A schedule for the first time in a long time. What, if anything, do you know about them, and what kinds of things do you think you need to be prepared for?
Coming from the film-wise, quarterback seems to be a bigger, stronger kid. So that's something we definitely had to look for in tape. They run kind of like the wing T offense. So it's always kind of, you got to make sure you have your gap assignments, or it's a lot of misdirection stuff that can come at you. So defensively, we just got to do our job, and I think we'll be successful in that aspect if we can do our job.
How difficult is it, if you're not used to seeing that kind of wing-back style offense, to game plan for it?
It's definitely new for our kids, especially last year coming from 9-man, where you spread the people out as much as you can. So this will be our first time really seeing a tighter offensive line, I guess I would say, and just the misdirection that comes at you. So this week we spent a lot of time on our defensive fronts and trying to figure out during this play who has this gap assignment and stuff like that.
Yeah, when it comes to those, as you mentioned, misdirection, it's always about gaps and always about things like that. And that kind of leads into our keys to the game that you need to really do well. Some specific things that you think you have to nail down. We'll start on the defensive side of the ball.
It starts with that front. Our front guys up front, as long as they go to the right gap assignments and are able to plug the gap, we should be pretty successful. One thing that's scary, though, about that is once they get into the gap, if there's a miscommunication on our front, there's going to be an open gap, and that tends to be our biggest Achilles heel, I would say.
The open gaps?
Yep. Just going to a misassignment.
Oh, I got you. So that could be something that could be a difference as well. On the offensive side of the ball, what do you really need to do well there?
We got to give our guys some time to throw. If we can give our QB, Adrian Brown, time to throw, get out in open space, we should be successful there. And when we get into our run game, if our run game's going and we start moving the ball there, just that confidence it builds in our kids, it goes a long ways.
That's good to know. So keep an eye on the pressure in the pocket and trying to get all of the blocking schemes correct, right?
Yes.
Fantastic. Any other keys to the game we haven't mentioned?
For us, it's going to be tackling, wrapping up. Worked a lot this week on making sure we're wrapping up guys and not just going for arm tackles. So hopefully we can see that in the game tonight.
Do things change in your planning knowing that it's going to be a pretty rainy one?
No, because we had experience with that against Bagley. That was a nasty game. We played that one on Thursday night when everyone played on Friday, and it was worse Thursday than it was Friday. So that was nothing but rain the whole game.
Yeah, I remember that weekend. That was not fun. But I can see why that could help you out preparing for another rain game. Last question, what will be the message to the guys before they head out onto the field?
Go out, play loose, have fun, and communicate with one another.
Fantastic. That's always a good message to have. Coach, I very much appreciate your time, and we'll see what happens tonight.
Yeah, see you then.
And that was the head coach of the Cass Lake-Bena Panthers, Coach Michael Hansen, here with us on the Riverview Health pregame show. He knew what they had to do, and he said the entire practice just working on wrapping guys up. You don't want arm tackles. Bring them down, and we'll see if that message sticks true with his Panther players throughout the course of this game. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we will hear from the head coach of the Crookston Pirates, Coach Jim McBride. And I'll be coming up right after this.
This is my farm.
Don't come out here and tell me what I need.
I need solutions that work and market options that are worth my time.
Small town support that sees the bigger picture.
A global network that empowers us. A co-op that's there for us every day.
This is Lindsay Erdman, Executive Director at Benedictine Living Community of Crookston. It is our privilege to serve the Crookston community and the surrounding area by offering a continuum of care ranging from assisted living, skilled nursing care, memory care, short-term stay and rehab, and outpatient therapy, including physical, occupational, and speech therapy. We also offer many employment opportunities with great benefits, on-site daycare, and a scholarship program. Contact us today at 218-281-3424 or benedictinecrookston.org.
At Crookston High School, we really have a lot going on.
There isn't that much going on.
Oh yeah? We have
softball,
baseball,
track and field, soccer, swimming, tennis,
golf,
volleyball,
crap shooting,
hockey, basketball,
wrestling. So we have a lot of sports.
And there is
orchestra,
band,
choir,
visual arts,
speech,
theater,
Leo Club.
And Crookston is one of the highest academic schools in the region.
Really?
Yeah, really, especially in math and science.
I guess we do have a lot of going on.
Yeah, and that's why Crookston High School is
my education destination.
For over 45 years, Grove Mechanical has been the trusted choice for heating and cooling solutions in Crookston and the surrounding communities. From furnace repairs to air conditioning installations, we're committed to keeping your home comfortable year-round. We're proud to support this community and all its athletes. Best of luck to the Crookston Pirates this season. Grove Mechanical is behind you all the way.
For all of your automotive service needs, call Christian Brothers Ford here in Crookston. We have a service team to handle all of your vehicle's needs. Does your vehicle pull to the right or left? Call and schedule an alignment today. Proper alignment saves gas and wear on your tires. We're here to take care of your vehicle repairs and maintenance. Call Christopher or Jersey in the service department at 281-1338. Make an appointment today with the service department at Christian Brothers Ford of Crookston, where we make it easy.
And on the Riverview Health pregame show, Crookston Pirate head coach Jim McBride is with us. And, Coach, we've made it to homecoming week. That's always a big deal for a lot of the seniors on the roster, as well as everybody else. But it's still a pretty important game. What's the excitement level going into this one?
Very festive. You know, there's been a lot of stuff going on all week, like it always has. And the guys are pretty excited to be at home, pretty excited to be playing at homecoming. And we feel good. You know, it's been good, been really good.
Yeah, there's always a lot of outside things that are going on, and of course, homecoming week goes throughout the entirety of the school experience. So, has it been any more difficult to kind of keep everybody locked in practice?
Absolutely, and any coach will tell you homecoming week is frustrating, you know, because there is so many things that are going on. They're trying to keep the guys locked in and keep going. But, you know, they've been pretty good with it. We had one day we struggled a little bit, but bounced back. Yesterday we had a really good practice. Guys were locked in and doing really well. So as to be expected during homecoming week, though.
Yeah, so let's talk about that, the practices and things like that. Of course, there's a lot of improvements that you guys have been working on trying to make throughout the course of the season to this point. What have we been working on to get ready for Cass Lake specifically?
Well, everything that you do normally before an opponent, breaking down film, seeing what they do, those kinds of things. But for us, particularly, it's been trying to create some depth, so that we can get guys off to get a break. So, because we've had so many guys go down, we've had so many injuries, and we still don't have Zach back, and don't know if we will. So we were trying to develop some depth and trying to figure out ways where we can get guys off the field to get a little bit of a break to get back on. That was one of the things that we really focused on this week.
Yeah, and all about the rotations and things like that, and making sure that people who've been on for a while get priority to get off at certain points.
Correct. Yep.
All right. Well, let's talk about Cass Lake then. What, if anything, do you know about them, and what kinds of things do you think you need to be prepared for?
I think with Cass Lake, you got to kind of be prepared for a little of everything. They will, they'll run the ball, obviously, like everybody does. They do some different things when they run that, have little wrinkles, that you got to watch out for. They got a good little quarterback. I don't know how little he is, but they got a good quarterback, pretty athletic kid, and he looks like he could move and he could gash you, if you don't keep him corralled. And so yeah, we've just been kind of going over the things that we need to watch for with them, and the same thing, on the offensive side of the ball, what they're doing defensively, what we think we can, we'll be able to run and be able to do. So, and then, of course, with the rain, it changes things a little bit. Not as much for us because we're not a big passing team, but it does change. Ball security is going to be an issue tonight. We have to make sure and take care of the ball. And so those kinds of things as we go into this game that we're looking at.
And to kind of cover my next question about it, how have you been prioritizing a bit more than usual ball security in practice, knowing the rain is coming in?
We do that quite a bit. I mean, if you kind of look at us the last few games, we don't fumble the ball away a lot. We really work and practice on that, and that's something that we do every day is stress, ball security, 2 hands on the ball, blah, blah, blah. And and nothing more this week than in weeks past. And our field drains fast.
Oh, yeah.
Turf field does not collect a lot of water. So the biggest threat of water for us will be if it's raining and what comes down onto the ball. So I think we have found every towel that we could possibly find to have ready for tonight.
I didn't gather a whole stock of them.
Yeah, we literally got a big bag full of towels.
That's fantastic. So make sure you're ready for that. Let's talk some keys to the game then. On the offensive side of the ball, we already talked about ball security. What other things do you really think you need to do well if you want to win this one?
We got to know who we block. We got to maintain our blocks, stay on our blocks, and make sure that the running backs are running to the correct path. Where we're supposed to be. That's going to be the key for us. And then defensively, they run some different sets and do some different things, and making sure we're able to adjust. Who's got one, who's got two, and what's your responsibility there. Which our defense is really flexible that way, and it shouldn't be an issue. I don't see any formations that should put us in any conflict at all.
Okay. On the defensive side of the ball, what do you really need to do well there?
As always, you got to tackle well and being able to read your keys. For us, every day we're stressing, where do your eyes belong? Where do your eyes belong? Where do your eyes belong? And making sure that we're doing that and doing the techniques we need to get off blocks, making sure that, corners, if they're, we're reading our keys and making sure we're getting where we need to be on run. Those kinds of things that we focus on every week, and obviously we're struggling with a lot of them and some of the keys and reads, but I think we kind of hit a point this week that I feel like we're turning a corner. I hate to say that too much ahead of time, but I feel like we've kind of turned a corner this week.
Okay, so there's been a lot more development that you might have seen in weeks past then in that case?
Yeah, it's been more this week, and sometimes it just takes time because you can sit there as a coach and you can say it, you can explain it, you can show it to them, you can put it on film, but sometimes it takes X amount of reps before they understand exactly what you're talking about. They've seen it, they've experienced, and then all of a sudden they do it right, and it becomes an aha moment for them. So I think we've turned a corner on some things this week.
And it's kind of like that hands-on style of learning.
Exactly. Not everybody learns the same, so you try and approach it in as many ways as possible to make it so that guys will understand what it is you're trying to do, the hows and whys of it, and where it fits into your scheme and why it's important.
Definitely. Since it's homecoming week, is there any change in message to the guys before they head onto the field?
No, we just want to go out there, execute, have fun, fly around, play football, and let the chips fall where they may, but just play hard. 4 quarters. We need 4 quarters of hard ball.
Well, let's see if we get that tonight. Coach, very much appreciate your time as always. We'll be talking post-game.
Sounds great. We'll see you then, Gabe.
And that was the head coach of the Crookston Pirates, Coach Jim McBride, here with us on the Riverview Health pregame show. Lots of good insight into what his practice schedule was like, how they're trying to work with minimal depth, and how the health has looked, and they're looking to see what they can do with it. It's hard to practice depth, but they'll just try and get a better rotation down is what one of his main goals is to this point. Just under 18 minutes until we reach 6 o'clock here on this Friday night. The mist is starting to come back. The rain is starting to fall again. We will take a break, and when we come back, we will have our Draft Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard update. Tell you about all the games in the area. We have a UMC score that went final. We'll have our Napa Crookston Welding and Machine starting lineups coming up as well. All coming up right after this. This is the Riverview Health pregame show on KROX.
Hi, I'm Dr. Angie Smith, optometrist at the Crookston Eye Clinic and Foston Eye Clinic. We aim to provide high-quality products to our patients, things that we use ourselves in treating our own dry eye or coatings that we like to use on our own glasses.
We offer myopia control contact lenses for children, which are soft contacts that not only correct their vision, but are designed to slow the progression of their nearsightedness.
The eyes lead the body, and we are passionate about helping the eyes be safer, sharper, and faster.
Crookston Valley Cooperative in Crookston is your full-service local agronomy dealer, delivering the products and services that you've come to expect. Crookston Valley Cooperative specializes in seed, chemical, and fertilizers that you need to keep your farm operation growing. For expert advice you can rely on, give Sean, Mike, or Matt a call at 281-1178 today, or stop by at Crookston Valley Cooperative, located at 1122 Fairfax Avenue in Crookston. Crookston Valley Co-op, here to keep you growing.
You've been waiting for a chance to do something that matters, something big without a big price tag. Welcome to Northland Community and Technical College. Here you can have a big impact on a small campus, in classrooms that mirror today's workplace, with instructors who teach from experience and know you by name. You've been waiting for a place like this. Are you ready?
Looking for some family fun? Come to Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream. Sizzling hot, made-to-order pizza with all your favorite toppings. Cool off with our delicious hand-scooped ice cream. So many flavors and so much fun. And don't forget our game room, packed with excitement for kids of all ages. Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream, Crookston, Minnesota. Call us or stop by today.
You can make a sweet life right here in the Red River Valley with a career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Our shift schedule offers 14 days off per month, which gives you time for family, friends, the great outdoors, and everything else you enjoy about small-town living. Entry-level positions are available, and pay starts around $18 per hour. Apply today at crystalsugar.com and share in our sweet success.
Accidents happen. Illnesses happen. When you need timely, reliable care for allergies or respiratory infections, sprains, strains, or broken bones, or urinary infections, you can count on Riverview Health. Riverview Clinic in Crookston is open 7 days a week, weekdays from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., and weekends from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. For appointments, call 218-281-9595. When the unexpected happens, Riverview Health is here for you.
You deserve the best. Earn your degree at University of Minnesota Crookston with the best public dorms in Minnesota, ranked by niche. With over 75 programs, you'll easily find the best fit for you. In this close-knit community, you're just around the corner from your new best friends. Plus, the U of M system has the lowest cost after financial aid in the state, so you receive the best value for your education. University of Minnesota Crookston. Small campus, big degree. The best of both worlds.
Ever wonder what your city government does for you? They provide police and fire protection, emergency and disaster preparation, building code and zoning enforcement, street repair, cleaning and snow plowing, curbside garbage and recycling collection, plus spring and fall cleanup weeks. They deliver safe drinking water and maintain a wastewater system. They care for 22 parks and provide year-round recreation activities. They give loans for economic development and housing. They do all this and much more with the help of your city employees.
Shopping for groceries is easier than ever with Hugo's Family Marketplace. To simplify life, Hugo's offers convenient online shopping with delivery or curbside pickup at GoHugos.com. Even better, shop on the go with the Hugo's Family Marketplace smartphone app. Download e-coupons, recipes, grocery lists, weekly ads, and place your grocery order right from your phone. Save time and save big with Hugo's Family Marketplace, your hometown grocer since 1939.
You're gonna find more low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
Back here at KROX Radio Stadium. Now time to take a look at our Napa Crookston Welding and Machine starting lineups. They have what you need, and they will make sure that your battery will start the first time every time. So buy a Legend battery from Napa Crookston Welding and Machine. They handle all your Legend battery needs for your cars, trucks, recreational vehicles. Now start getting those batteries for those snowmobiles as we're approaching winter in a few months' time. ATVs, jet skis, you name it, they've got it over at Napa Crookston Welding and Machine. Crookston Pirates won the toss. They will be receiving to open up this game. Their offense is as follows. Along the offensive line, you've got sophomore Tucker Lubinski, sophomore Riley Helgeson, the senior, and one of the three captains, Casey Wheeland, and Nolan Johnson out tackle the freshman. Switch from 78 to 71. On the outside, wide receivers, Mauricio Arriaga, the sophomore, joined by Dexter Janik, who caught his first 2 catches of the year against Polk County West for 30 yards, tied for the top with Jose Arriaga, one of the wing backs. The senior has 5 carries for 13 yards, 2 catches for 30 yards on the year. Besides the quarterback, leader in rushing is Jaron Knudsen. He has 22 carries for 55 yards so far on the season. And then under center, Tate Hamry, the main quarterback, the senior, 4-19, 61 yards so far through the air, 37 carries, 91 yards, and a touchdown on the ground. The Cass Lake-Bena defense go as follows. On the defensive line, you've got the Richard Croker along the defensive end, joined by Jamarcos Prince Byington, each of them with 2 tackles apiece. Same with Caleb Brown, the main defensive tackle sophomore, and James Johnson, the freshman, off the edge. If you weren't used to the last name Brown, you are going to be now, as Adrian Brown in the linebacking core with 7 tackles, tied for the team lead with safety Scott Brown, and then Tristan Brown is outside on the corner, so 4 Browns make up the defensive lineup. Also on the linebacker side, Parker Suji and Doug Cloud in the middle of the linebacking core. Other players in the secondary, Gabe Reyes and Daryl Madigan outside there as well. Crookston in their home blues, the blue jersey over blue pants, gold numbers, big bold gold numbers with the white trim, gold across the front, and the blue helmets with the golden C. Cass Lake-Bena there in the road white jerseys have gray sleeves on the gray color on the shoulder pads, maroon pants, maroon numbers, no trim on them, and virtually all of them have those Guardian cap style coverage on top of their helmets. So it's a bit of added protection to put through here as the rain is picking up again. As it was expected to come back around 5:30, decided to wait a little bit longer. And now it is back and roaring again. We will tell you as well as we run through our current conditions. Of course, we did mention that it was raining. Temperatures are pretty consistent throughout the day. We're currently at 66 degrees. This little spot of rain could, as according to this radar I've got here, could wrap up by around halftime and into the third quarter, which would be a good sign. But it's one of the heaviest it's been throughout the day. It's been pretty light rain throughout the course of the day. Could get down to about 62 degrees by the end of the day. This should be a fun one. As mentioned, the Pirates won the toss. They will be receiving, and on your screen, or if you're listening on KROX Radio, they'll be moving right to left to start this one out. So be ready for that. This should be a lot of fun. Happy homecoming. Still got a lot of fans here. Decided to brave the storm. They've got all the umbrellas and the ponchos out and all sorts of different things to try and protect themselves from the rain. The concession line's open, which certainly helps the cause as well. And that about covers what we've got here on our Riverview Health pre-game show. One thing we haven't mentioned as well, if you were one of the callers throughout the week during the day between 7 a.m. and 2 p.m. that called in to pick the score, you better be listening and staying tuned to this game because we'll see if that score is accurate or if you're the closest. We will take a break for the national anthem, full break, and we'll be back right after this.
You can make a sweet life right here in the Red River Valley with a career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Our shift schedule offers 14 days off per month, which gives you time for family, friends, the great outdoors, and everything else you enjoy about small-town living. Entry-level positions are available, and pay starts around $18 per hour. Apply today at crystalsugar.com and share in our sweet success.
Accidents happen. Illnesses happen. When you need timely, reliable care for allergies or respiratory infections, sprains, strains, or broken bones, or urinary infections, you can count on Riverview Health. Riverview Clinic in Crookston is open 7 days a week, weekdays from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., and weekends from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. For appointments, call 218-281-9595. When the unexpected happens, Riverview Health is here for you.
You deserve the best. Earn your degree at University of Minnesota Crookston with the best public dorms in Minnesota, ranked by niche. With over 75 programs, you'll easily find the best fit for you. In this close-knit community, you're just around the corner from your new best friends. Plus, the U of M system has the lowest cost after financial aid in the state, so you receive the best value for your education. University of Minnesota Crookston. Small campus, big degree. The best of both worlds.
Ever wonder what your city government does for you? They provide police and fire protection, emergency and disaster preparation, building code and zoning enforcement, street repair, cleaning and snow plowing, curbside garbage and recycling collection, plus spring and fall cleanup weeks. They deliver safe drinking water and maintain a wastewater system. They care for 22 parks and provide year-round recreation activities. They give loans for economic development and housing. They do all this and much more with the help of your city employees.
Shopping for groceries is easier than ever with Hugo's Family Marketplace. To simplify life, Hugo's offers convenient online shopping with delivery or curbside pickup at GoHugos.com. Even better, shop on the go with the Hugo's Family Marketplace smartphone app. Download e-coupons, recipes, grocery lists, weekly ads, and place your grocery order right from your phone. Save time and save big with Hugo's Family Marketplace, your hometown grocer since 1939.
You're gonna find more low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
And we are back here at KROX Radio Stadium. So we are just about ready to get this one underway. Kickoff formation is ready to go. Crookston won the toss. They will receive, and they are moving right to left if you're listening on KROX Radio or watching on KROX TV. Kickoff is just about ready. Holding up with the hand in the air is Gabe Reyes. And just waiting here for one last minute.
Oh.
Now we're here and ready to go, and they blow the whistle. Oh, the whistle is blown. We're going to try that kickoff once again. Reyes ready to wait one more time. It was last time squibbed over to where Tucker Lubinsky is standing down there. And the officials are working back to the ball, and now they're going to huddle everybody up again.
Kicking off for the Panthers, Parker Suji.
You should be on one all the time. Put yours in one.
Kickoff is on the way. Ball will get to about the 26-yard line, and that's where the Pirates will get underway.
Down at the Pirate 25, first and 10.
They'll actually mark it at the 25-yard line, and that's where we'll get ready to go. Here in the opening quarter, we'll see what the Pirate offense can do. As Tate Hamry lines up, and they'll start with 4 receivers. Out and spread out. As the head official is over there on the Crookston sideline. He's still talking with a couple of the coaches over there. And they're going to run a few seconds off the clock. Down to 11:52. And now we're going to be ready to go as the ready for play signal is called. And Tate Hamry under center with 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side. Takes a high snap, hands it off straight ahead, trying to make a move, and taking off up the middle is Knutson. And he will rush ahead up to the 39-yard line that they'll mark it, and he'll get 14 yards and a first down on the first play of this contest.
39.
Oh, 1 play, 1 first down. Good start.
That gives the Pirates first and 10 at the Pirate 39.
So first and 10 now on the 39-yard line. Tate Hamry takes the snap, holds it this time, takes off straight ahead. Tate Hamry, there he goes, inside the 50, inside the 40, and all the way down. And they'll mark it up towards the 36-yard line, and a big-time run for Tate Hamry as that one goes. They're going to mark it at the 37. That's 24 yards off their carry for Tate Hamry, and they've got 38 yards in their first 2 carries and are quickly into Panther territory.
Well, when you're a team that's struggling here to get the ball moving on offense, this is a great start for the Pirates.
This is a fabulous start to try and get some form of action, staying in that shotgun formation. And this one will be it looked like there was some confusion there between Hamry and Knutson. Knutson took the ball and ends up going backwards for a loss of 3. So it'll be second down and 13. First 3 plays, 14-yard carry, 24-yard carry, and then a loss of 3.
James Johnson, second down and 13 for the Pirates at the
What was the first run again?
It was a 14-yard carry by Knutson, and then 24 yards by Tate Hamry.
Just trying to get everything all situated here.
No problem.
All the rain is causing issues, of course.
It decided to show up right at kickoff. I thought it would hold up a little longer, but it did not. Another 4 wide receiver set for the Pirates. Knutson to the left of Hamry in the shotgun. Hamry with 7 Panthers in the box, takes a snap, bounces outside, stiff arms a man inside the 35, cuts it upfield. He's still in bounds, and Tate Hamry is gone. He does not step out of bounds, and Tate Hamry takes it 40 yards. And the Pirates strike in the first minute and 43 seconds on a 40-yard touchdown run by Tate Hamry.
Well, what a start for the Pirates. Tate Hamry with those carries of 24 and 40 yards. That never hurts a drive. And then Jaron Knutson had that 14-yard carry. And even after that loss of 3, that just gave Tate Hamry 3 more yards on that touchdown run. And the Pirates strike first for the first time in a long time.
It's been a while. And they will be going for 2 here. Even if you were a kicking team, you wouldn't kick in this. 2-point try, still the same formation with 4 wide receivers. This time, Knutson's to the right of Hamry. Is he going to keep it? Yes, he does. He goes to the left side, trying to get to the edge. Tate Hamry will just cruise on in. 2-point conversion successful. And a very quick start for the Pirates. They have an 8-0 lead here against the Cass Lake-Bena Panthers with just a minute and 43 seconds gone by in this contest. And so can't really ask for a much better start out of the Pirates. They go 75 yards in 4 plays in a minute and 43 seconds to get that opening score. And taking in a first score of the game has got to give some juice and some life back to this Crookston offense, who hasn't scored first, and as you mentioned, a long time.
Well, we'll see what happens with the defense as well now for the Pirates if this gets them going a little bit. Cass Lake-Bena, they're a team that struggled for years to numbers, but also just to compete. And as we said in the, as you said, it was a no more than 2 wins since 2018, and that one of those was a forfeit win. So getting an early jump like the Pirates did. That's why they won the toss and decided to take the ball to try to put that stamp on the game right away.
That's looking to be a very smart idea as they get ready to now kick the ball away. And they'll send a little squib kick, and this one will trickle out of bounds at the 43-yard line as the Panthers let that one go, and the defense will make its way out onto the field for the Pirates. And we'll see what this Cass Lake-Bena offense can do. Coach Hansen, in his our pregame interview we had for him, said if it wasn't raining, he would want to throw the ball a bit. Well, that's gotten a little bit out the wayside, so what do you do now?
Yeah, in their game against Red Lake where they won, it seemed like it was just a passing bonanza between the two teams. And now with this rain, you can throw the ball pretty well, but if you have smaller hands like most high school kids do, it's going to be a little tough with that slippery leather. And we'll see what Cass Lake-Bena, if they stick with the running game or if they're just going to stick with their strength and keep passing the ball.
Well, I guess.
And they have good field position to start off the game.
Yeah, if the kickoff out of bounds is closer towards your end zone than where it would have been out of bounds, the 35-yard line, they'll give it to you right there. And so on their own 49-yard line, Adrian Brown, the quarterback for Cass Lake-Bena, in the pistol as they get it to the outside, and spinning around is Wilmer MacArthur, and he gets a big hit right back at the original line of scrimmage. And maybe the Pirate defense starting to fly around a little bit, which is something you definitely want to see. No gain on that play, on that carry by MacArthur.
These numbers are tough to find, but I think, was that...
I think I had
Lucas Helgeson?
I believe that was correct. I had 59 on that. And he was a very excited man coming back out of that huddle there.
No gain. With the rain falling, we're not using the wireless mic today.
That's a if nothing else, don't want to damage it, but of course it probably wouldn't sound that great down there with the rain hitting that mic. Second down and 10. Brown, one of the only players not wearing a Guardian cap out there on his helmet, in the pistol. A pitch is on the ground. It's fumbled, and down at midfield, the Pirates have it. Oh, an immediate turnover, and Paul Thornhill falls on it at midfield, and the Pirates get it back after a no-gain stop and then a fumble to give them the ball at midfield.
Well, Thornhill was Johnny on the spot. That was just, I think, rain-induced on that as they went to hand it off. It was more of it looked like a pitch maybe than a handoff, because usually the handoff goes right into your belly, and he sort of just took both hands and flipped it to him, and that's not something you want to do in this kind of conditions, and that's exactly why, as the Thornhill and the Pirates recover the fumble, and they're going to have the ball right at midfield.
Excellent field position again. They scored from 40 yards out. Who's to say they can't score from 50, as it's 1st down and 10 on the midfield stripe, continuing that 4 wide receiver set with 2 on each side. And this one is a handoff to Knutson. He got hit immediately, but drags Panthers forward and ends up with 2 yards on that run. And he was hit initially by James Johnson. Also there was Jamarcus Prince Byington to stop him there.
I'm still trying to figure out how Cass Lake-Bena didn't have too many men on the field.
You noticed that too, yeah.
They had a lineman, well, and it's the biggest guy on the field that was running off, and maybe they just said, to sort of like hockey, he's making the effort to get off, we'll let him go, which is I'm fine with. But
if you're sprinting off, they're going to give you a lot more leeway as opposed to if you were just jogging off.
Yeah,
2nd down and 8. And Hamry's going to keep it to the left side. Hamry's taking off down the sideline. Is he going to do it again? There goes Tate Hamry, 15-10. No one's going to catch him. And Tate Hamry scores from 48 yards out. His 2nd rushing touchdown in as many minutes. And in 49 seconds, the Pirates score on 2 plays. And they have a 14-0 advantage.
And take back my prediction of the Pirates scoring 40. At this rate, they might be scoring more.
Yeah, that's... We'll take more. Just took 2 plays. They have gone 125 yards in 6 plays to start this game.
And all that was just a run right off the left. The line made a nice big hole and was able to run it all the way in for the touchdown untouched.
So it's going for 2 as Hamry now going to run right side and untouched again. Straight into the end zone. Another 2-point conversion is good on a rush by Hamry, and it's now a 16-0 lead. So we will take a break, and when we come back, we will have our next kickoff, 16-0. Pirates with the lead still just in the first few minutes of the first quarter.
Shopping for groceries is easier than ever with Hugo's Family Marketplace. To simplify life, Hugo's offers convenient online shopping with delivery or curbside pickup at gohugos.com. Even better, shop on the go with the Hugo's Family Marketplace smartphone app. Download e-coupons, recipes, grocery lists, weekly ads, and place your grocery order right from your phone. Save time and save big with Hugo's Family Marketplace, your hometown grocer since 1939.
You're gonna find more low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
Welcome you back here to KROX Radio Stadium. Quickly, 16-0 Pirates. Kickoff on the way. Line drive drills the up man in the helmet, and they've got a fall on it. They almost didn't fall on it, but they did get back on it at the 35-yard line. That went straight off the face mask of Daryl Madigan, but he falls right back on it, and they'll get the ball to 35. So now as we get rolling here into the next Cass Lake-Bena possession, they turned it over on their 2nd play of their first drives. So now with 8:24 to go, still in the first quarter. Can they do anything better here? With Brown still in the pistol formation, 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. They're going to hand it off, trying to bounce it outside, and MacArthur's got nowhere to go. That was Helgeson again, who brings him back for a 3-yard loss. And another good start on the Crookston Pirate defense. Wilmer MacArthur has 100 yards rushing on the year, 200 receiving. But he's now under 100 yards rushing as he's 2 carries for -3 yards. 2nd down, 13 yards to go for Cass Lake-Bena. And he'll try to break it outside, and another loss as Mauricio Arriaga was in on that play. You had Nolan Johnson there as well. They're backing it up to the 30-yard line. Scotty Brown loses 2 yards on that. And it's 3rd down and 15 for the Pirates.
Pirate tackler on that play was Mauricio Arriaga.
3rd down and 15 for Cass Lake-Bena. We're at 7:15 to go in the opening quarter. 16-0 Pirates. They've scored 2 touchdowns on 6 plays.
From their 30.
Do the Panthers have anything they could find here to try and get the ball moving forward besides a forward fumble? Man in motion, and it's going to be a backwards pass. It's caught by MacArthur, but that's also going to go for a loss. So that will count as a rush. Ends up being a 3-yard loss. And how many times are we going to say Lucas Helgeson early? He's been making plays all over the place, and it's 4th down.
Well, Helgeson doing a nice job. The Pirates defense doing a great job of getting a lot of pressure in. And, well, it's going to be a 4th down and about 20?
At 18 is 18. What they're going to say. As they went backwards for 3 yards on 1st down, 2 yards on 2nd down, and 3 yards on 3rd down. And punt formation is on. I don't know how easy it's going to be punting in this. Let's see how well they can pull this off. Snap is there, sets, ready to punt, high in the air, but doesn't go very far, and it goes soaring out of bounds, and from the line of scrimmage, that'll be an 8-yard punt to the 35-yard line. And so the Pirates will now get even better field position to try and score for the 3rd time in this quarter with 6:09 to go.
So Crookston will start with the ball at the Cass Lake-Bena 35, so technically that drive went nowhere.
Not at all.
So that's where they started the drive at the 35, and Crookston will get it.
And continuing to score quickly. They've been running with Tate Hamry, who, by the way, has a big old 112 yards on 3 carries to start the day. Is he going to keep the ball? No, he's going to give it to Knutson, bouncing it outside, taking it to the edge, still going, and trying to stay in bounds inside the 10, and he's dragged down by Adrian Brown inside the 10-yard line. In fact, they're going to mark it at the 10. That's a 25-yard run by Knutson. 1st down, goal to go.
The Pirates, they're just bouncing it out to the outside, and it seems like the left side is the favored area. So we should give credit to the linemen on that side who are doing a nice job of keeping things going. And who do we have there on that left side? We have...
So Nolan Johnson's out there, and you've got... Casey Weiland's on the right side. And hard to see that number from their spot here. It's 1st down on the 10. And Hamry's going to keep it to the outside, looking to get to the pylon first, to the 5, and he's got it for his 3rd rushing touchdown of the quarter from 10 yards out. What a start for Tate Hamry. What a start for the Pirates. It's 22-0.
Again, a 2-play, 35-yard drive. Hamry caps it off with his 3rd touchdown run of the game. The future Fighting Hawk football player showing why when he gets a little blocking. And he's done a nice job, but he's just, the Pirates right now between Jaron Knutson and Tate Hamry, they're just using their speed and just getting it to the outside, and that was just another case of that.
I don't really need to do anything else. Just if it ain't broke, don't fix it. 2-point conversion, trying to go straight ahead. And this one does get stuffed as they try to get it to the inside, and it ends up getting stood up there by the Panthers. That's their first real stop of anything of note at the moment. 5:52 to go here in the first quarter. It's 22-0 in favor of the Pirates, and we're back in 30 seconds here on KROX.
You've been waiting for a chance to do something that matters, something big without a big price tag. Welcome to Northland Community and Technical College. Here you can have a big impact on a small campus, in classrooms that mirror today's workplace, with instructors who teach from experience and know you by name. You've been waiting for a place like this. Are you ready?
We're back at KROX Radio Stadium. The rain is lightening up just a tad here. Kickoff on the way, a slow squib, and And it'll be falling on the ground at the 36-yard line.
Recovered by
And it'll be ball in favor of Cass Lake-Bena. It's fallen on by Scott Brown.
For the Panthers. That's Richard Croker.
You'd have to talk to them.
Pirates have it first, or Panthers have it 1st and 10.
So 1st and 10 for Cass Lake-Bena. They're going to mark it at the 37-yard line. Now, can they do anything on a drive here? The Pirates have made sure they haven't so far. With 5:51 to go here in the first. First down and 10. Adrian Brown in the shotgun will pitch it backward. MacArthur, and oh, what a play there. Oh, Jose Arriaga almost brought him down quickly, but then flying in was Mauricio Arriaga to knock him down as the Arriagas broke through their blocks, and a 6-yard loss on that run. And they've held their best rusher to 4 carries for minus 12 yards.
That's Cass Lake-Bena. They won their first game against Red Lake and then have lost pretty handily both games, the next 2 games. And I think we're starting to see why a little bit here. They just they have some pretty good size, but again, size doesn't mean, just because you're big doesn't mean you're going to be a good lineman. Right now, Crookston's using their speed, and that is the difference right now. Is Crookston has been maybe outsped by other teams, and this game they are using their speed to their advantage and able to track down another loss on the play.
2nd down and 17.
And so they're going to back the ball up while the officials were.
What's going on?
So there was a penalty that was called on the Panthers, which was a legal formation, and they declined it. And so the officials, though, moved the ball as if it was a penalty from if it was accepted. Then they had to reset and go back and try again. So they lost 6. 2nd down, 16 yards to go. Brown drops back. They're going to try and throw it here. Rolls to his left. He's going to take a deep shot. Kind of slipped out of his hand a little bit. Popped up into the air and almost intercepted. Knutson was over there. There was some good coverage there on the far side. Dexter Janik out there out wide. First pass is incomplete, and it's 3rd down and long.
Well, great coverage there by Knutson, and he was following stride for stride with the receiver and actually had position there to try to get that interception. And I think if it wasn't raining, he probably picks that off, but it shot right off his fingertips. And
he'll be kind of regretting that he didn't catch that one, but at the rate we're going here, you might get another opportunity, especially if Cass Lake decides that the run game's not working. They're just going to keep throwing the ball. It's 3rd down. Or actually, 2nd down. I think they actually did accept that penalty is where the confusion was, as Brown is now going to have to try and bounce it back the other direction. Gets around, trying to get to the edge, and Brown will get back to the original line of scrimmage. And they're going to give him a yard more than that. So I've realized that what they've actually done is they did accept the penalty. So that last play that was an incomplete pass was 1st and 15. And then this one was a gain of 6 by Brown. Rocha knocked him out of bounds, and it's 3rd down and 9 to go.
From their own 38.
Panthers looking for their first down of the game. Brown back in the pistol. 3rd wide receiver Reyes in motion, so it's trips to the left. Brown back to throw. Pressure coming, dumps it off. Caught by MacArthur, makes a move. MacArthur going to bounce it outside. Flag behind the play. Being chased down near the first down marker where Knutson brought him down. He would have it if, let's see what the penalty, though, says here.
Late hit? Nope.
Personal foul on the Pirates, probably for the hit on Brown after he threw that. So it's a 9-yard gain, and I believe since it's a personal foul, you add that onto that play, and yes, they will. So it was a 9-yard completion to MacArthur.
That's a 15-yard penalty. That'll bring the ball down to the Pirate.
And they'll move the ball all the way down after that Pirate penalty to the 38-yard line of Crookston.
Yeah, that hit on the quarterback was way too late there. And an easy call for the official that was right there.
So that's the first penalty for the Pirates. Goes with the 15-yard variety. Here are the Panthers, 1st down and 10 on the Crookston 38. They hand it off to MacArthur straight ahead, trying to spin forward. Nolan Johnson was there to hit him. He gets a yard on the play. Well, it helps his average out a little bit. He's now 5 for -11, as opposed to 4 for -12 before that rush.
Well, they're getting positive yardage, and large in part to a 15-yard penalty on the Pirates. But now that's giving Cass Lake-Bena a little momentum, and see if they can feed off this. And now that they're going forward, the rain has let up a little bit, and see if they can keep this drive going.
It was close to pouring at kickoff, and that little patch that was there has started to move away. 2nd down and 9 on the way for the Panthers. Scott Brown in motion. Gets by Adrian Brown, who takes the snap. It's an option play. Pitch to MacArthur. Pirates read that one well, and he's shoved out of bounds. And Jose Arriaga knocks him out of bounds for a loss of 4. 3rd down and 13 on the way.
Well, Jose reading that one perfectly. He came right through, and good to see Jose. He saw a little opening, and as soon as he saw that, he just flew and made that tackle for a loss of about 4 yards on the play.
You love to see them find a gap and then just take off. That aggressive style. Coach McBride mentioned that in the pregame show as well. You want to be aggressive.
The Crookston student athlete locked his keys in his car last night, so we were helping him, and Jose was one with the clothes hanger trying to get in.
Oh my gosh.
And we weren't able to help him out, but yeah, he was one of them trying to help his classmate.
Brown up for grabs. It's pinballing all over the place, and it is intercepted as he tried to throw it into triple coverage, and the pass is picked off. And I think it was, if that's a 2 or a 3. If that's a 3, that was Janik who picked that off. But it's a 2. So Roche was the one who picked that off.
I don't think it was Rocha. I'm thinking it was 3.
It was 3? Yeah, it was either Rocha or Janik that was the one that picked that pass off.
These numbers just aren't very good on these blue jerseys.
You can't see between the gaps where you get a normal number. But whatever it is, it's turnover and in favor of the Pirates. Asher Whelan is now in the game, and he hands it off straight ahead to Knudsen. And he'll gain 2 yards as...
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that was 3. That's what I'm going to...
Oh, I know what to do.
Well,
check the replay.
We do have access to that.
I always forget about that part.
Gain of 1 yard by Knudsen.
1-yard gain on the carry by the Pirates. That'll bring up 2nd down and 9. Pirates
2nd and 9 on the way.
31.
Who carried that one?
That was Knudsen. Got a 1 yard gain on that. Asher Whelan back under center. And ball's on the ground. And pile for it at the 30. And I believe the Pirates did fall back on it. And
that's a 2-yard loss.
You've seen Asher have a little bit of trouble with that in some of his reps he's had. And he's now going to come off the field after losing a yard. And Tate Hamry will make his way back on. So a 3rd down and 10 is upcoming here for the Pirates. They have 1 first down in this game that has 2 first downs in this game, that haven't resulted in a touchdown. If you include them in touchdown plays, they would have 5 of them. 3rd down and 10, 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side. Tate Hamry back in the game. He's going to take a run off to the left side, breaks the tackle. There goes Tate Hamry again to the midfield stripe. He's still running. Tate Hamry being chased by lots of Panthers, but nobody's going to catch him. 70 yards. His 4th rushing touchdown of the quarter. This one the longest one by a country mile, and it's 28-0 in favor of the Pirates.
That's a 70-yard touchdown for the Pirates.
So his carries, Tate Hamry's carries, have been 24, 40, 48, 10, and 70. That's 192 yards on 5 carries with 4 touchdowns. He came into this game in the first 3 games having only 97 yards on the ground.
The Pirates are attempting a 2-point conversion.
So they'll line up for another 2-point conversion with 2:11 to go here in this first quarter. And a whistle blows. Here we got a flag and a false start So now your 2-point conversion is going to be from the 7-yard line if you choose to take it. So movement on the right side of that line. And they'll back everybody up and look to try something else as Hamry's going to walk over to the sideline, see what play they'd like to run.
The interception was Dexter Janik.
Okay. Thank you for the check there, Chris. I won't say I was right the first time because I wasn't sure fully, but that's still
That's according to KROX's YouTube channel,
which you can go and watch if you aren't watching that. If you didn't want to come out in the rain.
Don't blame you.
Yeah, but you'd also be surprised how many people are braving the rain. It's a pretty good crowd here to this point.
Pleasantly surprised by the crowd here.
I'm right with you on that one. 28-0, 2-point conversion on the way for the Pirates. Hamry is going to just throw one, a slant, and it's caught in the middle of the field. That ball didn't come out cleanly, but Jose Arriaga made the catch nonetheless. Takes the 2-point conversion, and the Pirates have a 30-0 lead here over Cass Lake-Bena. By far the best the Pirates have looked in, quite frankly, a long time. Here in this quarter, they've scored 30 points in 9 minutes and 49 seconds as the kickoff team is already making its way on. And we'll be ready to roll here, getting closer to the end of this first quarter. It's taking a little while. We had a slow start. We had a couple delays before the kickoff, and, of course, all the touchdowns, which is good for the Pirates. You'll always take that. Means it's been extended a little bit, but nothing too bad.
168 yards just on touchdown runs for Hamry.
That's pretty impressive. Kickoff on the way, another squibber. Cass Lake-Bena picks it up at the 45, try to cut it upfield, and they'll get to about the 48, 49 or so. And as Doug Cloud was the one to play that, it'll be at the 49-yard line. That's where Cass Lake-Bena will get started with 2:09 to go in the first.
So they'll have it at their own 49-yard line. Again, Crookston going with the squib, and I think that's by design. When you have confidence in your defense, able to stop them, you're a little more willing to give the opposing team a shorter field, and that's what the Pirates are doing here, but they have to stay away from those penalties.
Couple rotations. Zach Ali took a couple defensive plays. Jacob Biermeyer is now out there playing linebacker. Pistol formation, they'll take another pitch and try to cut it upfield and past the midfield stripe and to about the 46-yard line goes Tristan Brown.
Tackled by the Pirates.
Coming into today, Tristan Brown led Cass Lake-Bena in carries, had 24 of them for 73 yards. He also has 2 catches for 81 yards. Coming into today, 5-yard gain, and the Panthers are starting to move the ball a little bit more, but they're going to need a lot more than that if they want to try and catch this Pirate attack, which is doing exactly what they needed to do. 2nd down and 5 on the Pirate 46 in the pistol formation. It's a handoff to MacArthur, going to try and bounce it outside, and MacArthur gets hit and gets up to about the 45-yard line, does get a yard on that play. Biermeyer was in there, and they'll get 1 on that. MacArthur has had a rough day. He's at 7 carries for -14.
Yeah, Mauricio Arriaga was in on the tackle, and I think Jose got there, his older brother.
Yep.
Yeah, it's always nice having some wrestlers in your linebacking core. Pirates have had, that's a key to a good football team, is having some wrestlers in the linebacking defensive backcourt. Whether it's the Wylands that we've had over the years, we've had a lot of great linebackers, of course, Chris Coette and many more.
Brown on a little fake option, trying to cut it upfield, but the Pirates stand him up at the 44, and since he went out of bounds backwards, that rolls the clock. They'll give him forward progress to the 43, so a gain of 2 by Brown, Adrian Brown, and it's now 4th down and 2, and I don't know, Cass Lake-Bena doesn't have to run another play before the end of this quarter, and I think they're going to choose not to, as we have 10 seconds and counting as they just stand amongst one another, and they'll start making their way back to the sideline. What a first quarter by the Crookston Pirates. 30 points. Tate Hamry has 4 touchdowns. We're a quarter of the way through this one. 30-0. Pirates in front. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back right after this here on KROX.
Accidents happen. Illnesses happen. When you need timely, reliable care for allergies or respiratory infections, sprains, strains, or broken bones, or urinary infections, you can count on Riverview Health. Riverview Clinic in Crookston is open 7 days a week, weekdays from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., and weekends from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. For appointments, call 218-281-9595. When the unexpected happens, Riverview Health is here for you.
This is my farm.
Don't come out here and tell me what I need.
I need solutions that work and market options that are worth my time.
Small town support that sees the bigger picture.
A global network that empowers us. A co-op that's there for us every day.
Welcome back here to KROX Radio Stadium. And if the Pirates can continue to play like this, then it'll be their first win on this new field. Still got 3 quarters to go, but at this rate, things look great. Cass Lake-Bena is going to go for it here on 4th and 2. Trying to get to the Pirate 41. They're on the 43. Scott Brown in motion. It's a pitch out to MacArthur. Has to make a jump cut going backwards and hit it midfield and dropped. And a loss of 7. Helgeson came flying in. Zach Ali was also there. And the first pressure was Jose Arriaga that pushed him backwards. Pirates get the ball back at the midfield stripe.
Oh, good job by the Pirate defense once again. And Cass Lake-Bena, after an 8-yard punt, I'm sure they're thinking, well, why not just go for it here? But they actually lost yards that time. And the Pirate defense continues to impress here in this ball game.
They have looked fantastic, and the Pirates will get the ball back. They've scored on all 4 drives that they've had. And the 50-yard line starting there for the second time. Another 4 wide receiver look. Hamry is the quarterback, at least for this point. Ready, waiting, takes a snap, drops back, looking to throw. Pressure coming off the outside, gets around it. Hamry's just going to heave one deep down the field, one-on-one. It's incomplete. They want a flag, and there's going to get one. Flying in from the down judge all the way back on the 40-yard line, looking for Dexter Janik. And coverage was played by Scotty Brown.
Well, and that was Janik. He was trying to come back to the ball, and as he was coming back, he was cut off by the Cass Lake-Bena defensive back, and just a tough break for that back. But that is something that you have to call, because that might have been caught, or at least had the opportunity to catch, if it wasn't for the Cass Lake-Bena player running into him.
And it's as you mentioned, it is a bad break, because it's one of those, well, what am I supposed to do? The ball's coming back. And I'm right there, but you got to call that. That's when you've got to call for pass interference. My best friend in college who played cornerback thinks that that's the worst thing that's ever been created in football is pass interference, but he's heavily biased.
Play your position.
Yeah, that's exactly
but
what it
that's and that wasn't a good pass at all by Tate Hamry. That was a ill-advised pass.
So they're going to just go back to the run game here. Knutson cuts it upfield, breaks a tackle, dragging guys inside the 30. And they're going to get it to the 27-yard line. That's a gain of 8 for Knutson. Knutson, he's been looking sharp.
Yeah, the line doing a nice job of creating some holes. Hopefully they can take this into the rest of the season now, knowing if you create holes, that obviously they've tried to do that the first 3 games, but against a little tougher competition. So if they can get that confidence and get moving, that's going to be big after that 9-yard gain for Knutson.
6 for 46 for Knutson so far. As the first minute of the second quarter has gone by. Still some mist coming down here. 2nd down and 2. Another handoff. Knutson takes it straight ahead. He's got a first down. Following forward to the 23-yard line. He's now up to 50 even on 7 carries. And another Pirate first down.
No, he's running hard, and Hamry just puts it right into the gut. He finds that hole that the line has created, and again, Knutson, as you said, is running hard and 50 yards already. Doesn't seem like much compared to the quarterback, but that is a great number already here with 10:35 left in the first half.
If you count the Asher...
Another wrestler we should mention.
Oh, good. If you count the Asher Wheelan fumble for a loss of 1, the Pirates have 241 rushing yards. As Hamry's looking to throw, Hamry fires one upstairs and incomplete. Had some pressure in his face as some big Cass Lake-Bena linemen came as looking in the vicinity of De Leon. Incomplete pass. That one's an official pass. That first incompletion did not count due to penalty.
Well, I like what the Pirates are doing now that the rain has subsided. Maybe a light rain right now, but they're saying, hey, we're going to have to work on our passing game. Obviously, that is not a strength of the Pirates. And with Hamry, first-year quarterback, you're not going to expect him to be fantastic, but that's what they're trying to work on here. They've had a couple passing plays and try to get him used to passing and get into that in a game situation.
Hamry, one of the bigger pass catchers for the team last year, now has to be the pass deliverer. 2nd down and 10. Are they going to do another one? Not this time. It's a handoff off the edge, trying to cut it up the middle, able to do so, breaking tackles and getting all the way down to the 10-yard line. They're going to actually mark it at the 9. And tell you what, Knutson is slowly but surely trying to catch Tate Hamry's number. That's a 14-yard gain, 1st down goal to go.
Well, a nice hard run. He is protecting the ball, too. That's covers it with both arms, and as soon as he sees somebody, and he's able to just keep those legs moving after that initial contact, and it gets another 1st down.
Got to keep covering the ball. Even if the rain is stopped, the ball is still going to be wet for a while, so it doesn't immediately become dry. Sticking with that 4 wide receiver set, very different to what it has been throughout the course of the year. And it goes through the hands of Tate Hamry, picks it back up. Now going to bounce to the outside. He's got room to run, and that was all by design as Tate Hamry scores from 9 yards out. That's not how you draw it up, but a touchdown's a touchdown in the scorebook. 9 yards, Tate Hamry over 200 yards rushing and 5 touchdowns.
I want to say that was going to be a passing play, and it went through his hands, and shotgun in these conditions, that's what you're always nervous about. It went right through, but as Tate Hamry's done all game, he gets the ball, and he just runs and runs. He's like Forrest Gump. He doesn't stop running, and he goes in for the touchdown, and the Pirates put up 36 already here in the first half.
Scored 30 in the first quarter. This is their first possession. They're 5 for 5 on scoring. Touchdowns on drives. They're 3 for 4 on 2-point conversions, looking to try to get their 4th success here. Ready now, handing it off. Knutson makes a nice cut and makes his way into the end zone. And it's a 38-0 lead. What a show the Pirates are putting on here. Looking to snap that 22-game losing streak and help out their point gap just a little bit. And it's nice to see this after a little while, to see the Pirates putting together this good show of offensive production, and just to get that, do what the volleyball team as well did. It feels good just to get that 0 off the board after how long it's been. Put a 1 there, and it just shows them, yeah, we can win. We can do that. And that's what they're looking to continue to do.
We need to get the video up higher. No, the audio. Over there. All the way up. Yep.
So that kickoff goes out of bounds.
That ball goes out of bounds.
Cass Lake-Bena.
Penalty flag on the play.
We'll get ready to roll on the 35-yard line. It's the second kickoff out of bounds. You'll get that on occasion as you squib the ball a fair bit. And that's what the Pirates are choosing to do, so Cass Lake-Bena will get it back on their own 35-yard line. With 9:37 to go in the second quarter.
Well, for Cass Lake-Bena here, this is just the looking for something positive. Obviously, you're trailing big to a AA school, which Crookston is. And even though Crookston's had their problems, as we said, 22 games they've lost in a row, that's all against AA and AAA teams. And now they've dropped down. It wasn't very good in the first 3 games for the Pirates. They were dominated in the first 3. But now Crookston looking to get healthy and get some confidence.
Brown, a little pop pass to Scotty Brown, and that'll be a forward pass, and he'll end up getting 4 yards on that play. Second completion in 3 attempts for Adrian Brown, as Scotty Brown gets 4 yards up to the 39-yard line.
Oh, nice gain there, and that's what we're talking about. Both teams need to get some confidence. And Cass Lake-Bena, they had that opening win against Red Lake, which was a great way to start the season. And a good battle between two teams, sort of in the same boat as far as numbers. And you look over at the Cass Lake-Bena sideline. Give credit to those kids that are out. Football is the hardest sport to be a member of when you're not having success. There isn't a tougher sport. Well, wrestling would be, but that's up to yourself.
As MacArthur continues the trend of going backwards. And this one gives him forward progress to the 37, but that's still a loss of 2. And how about Dexter Janik again? We've been calling his name a fair bit.
And Janik and also, again, Helgeson.
Yep.
Lucas, his big brother, playing at Northern State this year, and the beautiful facilities they have out there. But then Lucas is having himself a game, a defensive player of the game, I would say, thus far.
He's been helping this stat sheet by Wilmer MacArthur come true. 9 carries, minus 23 yards on those 9 carries. And it's just been backwards. There's a low snap. Brown picks it up, turns, steps through, weaving through traffic, just tries to float one, and it's intercepted. Second interception thrown, and taking off is Knutson, and he'll be brought down inside the 30-yard line. Brown throws his second pick of the game. And the Pirates are back in action again inside the Cass Lake-Bena 30-yard line.
Well, that time there was really no Cass Lake-Bena Panther receiver around. Knutson just played it like the old saying, a center fielder. Washed it right into his hands, made sure he caught it, tucked it in, and started running, and gets a nice return all the way down to the 27-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Pirates, who continue to hopefully get their confidence going here as they lead 38-0 with 7:55 remaining in this first half of play.
Adrian Brown, 2 of 5 for 8 yards and 2 picks. Tate Hamry's only thrown 1 pass that's counted. It was incomplete. Are they going to try it again here? Not yet. They're going to hand it to Knutson, and he takes a big hit. That's Caleb Brown, the 4th Brown we haven't mentioned, who hits him hard at the 30-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2. They'll mark it at the 29.
That's not the guy you want to run into.
No.
Caleb Brown, he's a big boy, and he came through and getting the handoff right away. I don't think anybody blocked Brown because he was just sort of like, oh, here you are, and then just – I don't even know if he tackled him. He just ran. Knutson ran into him and fell backwards, and that was it.
It's like running into a brick wall.
Yeah, that's probably the smart, just hit and run, and just roll and tuck and make sure you don't get hurt. So nice job there by Caleb Brown, the sophomore, who, as we said, they got a lot of big tunas on this line, but they're very, very young. Cass Lake-Bena is only a couple seniors, and again, you can't win football games with just a couple seniors. It's I don't want to say impossible because nothing's impossible, but
it's very,
very, very difficult.
Experience matters in football, very, very much more than most other sports.
Yeah, and especially boys athletics, male athletics. Sophomore against a senior, I don't care how good you are. You're not as strong, you're not as mature, and you're just not ready for that next level because as you each year, freshman to sophomore, sophomore to junior, junior to senior, you just get bigger, stronger, more mature, and it really helps not only mentally but, of course, physically is the most important part, and you're seeing that here. The Pirates have a few more seniors, but both teams are young, and if you can get 10, 15 seniors, all of a sudden things turn around pretty quick.
And even if you're a pretty strong sophomore trying to go up against an undersized senior, it's maturity and things like that make a difference. 2nd down and 12 for the Pirates. Continuing that bunch wide receiver formation. Hamry's going to look to throw. Pressure coming. Throws one off his back foot for Janik. It's incomplete. Had to go over his shoulder. There was some pressure in his face. Caleb Brown was there again. And Hamry is incomplete on his second pass of the evening. And it's again just trying to, when you have a big lead, you can start to really work on stuff and experiment with things that haven't worked yet. The pass game is a big one. And it's now 3rd down and 12 on the 29-yard line. Looking to get some of these yardage back. That rush by Knutson was the 2nd negative play. Knutson lost 3 yards on his 2nd carry, and then That time on his 9th carry, he ended up losing 2. They're down at 12 for the Pirates. And it's a handoff to Knudsen straight ahead. Got hit at the line of scrimmage, and he'll get forward up to the 27-yard line. So he'll gain those 2 yards that he lost back.
Knudsen on the carry for the Pirates.
He's now
That's
at
a 2-yard gain.
10 carries. That's right at that 50-yard number. Now 4th down and 10. What do you do here?
Well, you're obviously going for it. If you punt, that's pretty much worthless. So you go for it, and it's at the 7?
Yep.
So.
8 to 17 for first down. Hamry ready, low snap, back to throw, fires one. It's caught. No, it's not. It's popped out and incomplete. Tried to throw a little slant toward Thornhill. He got hit before the sticks anyway, but it was broken up. Nice job there that time, and that was Adrian Brown who hit him. Turnover on downs for the Pirates. First drive, they don't score.
Well, and there's probably people saying, why aren't they having Hamry run it? Well, he already has 5 touchdowns. I already had a text. What's the record for most rushing touchdowns? So I think I'm pretty sure the person that has that would be Josh Edlund, who had maybe the best game I've ever seen a Pirate running back have over my, since 90. Well, I've been a part of the football program since 92, but broadcasting since 96. And the best running back I've ever seen performance was at Park Rapids, and Josh Edlund, I think he had 300 and some yards and 5 touchdowns, and that was a performance for maybe the best one. We don't have a record book that's really complete for football, so I'm going to say 5, though, that he's going to be up there.
Ball's on the ground immediately after that, and did the Pirates fall on it? I think they did. Yes, they did. Johnson was there and fell on a missed snap. And the Pirates get the ball right back on the 4th. Cass Lake-Bena turnover. They've fumbled twice and have thrown 2 picks. And they're now in the red zone. First down and 10 from the 17.
Well, nice job by Johnson. He got hurt in the first game, and then he missed the second game. And he did play.
He played against Polk County West, yep.
And but he's back. And speaking of freshmen, he's a big tuna. But that Johnson family, and Naomi, his sister, I haven't seen any kids work harder than they do. And he has really come into age, and he's going to be fun to watch over the next 3+ years.
Flag on this handoff to Knudsen again. No gain. Let's see what that penalty is.
And he's a big boy. I saw him I haven't really been up close to him since maybe last year during the basketball season. He walked next to me. He might be bigger than I am. And I'm 6'6", 235 now.
Yeah, he looms over everybody else whenever he stands on the football field. We'll see what this flag is.
Well, I've heard from people in the know. I haven't talked to Coach Erdman, but he's probably going to be the starting center for the football team, the basketball team this winter. And I can see why. He's thinned out a little bit. He's been playing some AAU stuff and working hard this summer. And you can't teach. You can't teach height.
Nope, you can't. And of course.
Oh, they're picking up the flag. It looks like.
No flags. That's a no gain on that run by Knudsen. No gain on that, but I can see why someone like him would be a starting center, especially if you could be a big lumbering guy in a basketball court, but you still got to be athletic, and Johnson for sure is.
And he's really worked on that here over the last, and obviously getting older, as we said, that always helps, and getting taller thins you out, and yeah.
Second down and 10 now. Hamry under center. Takes the snap, looks to throw, rolling to his right. He's going to step into one. Pass is incomplete. Had a jump on that. That was a good effort there by that.
That was Jordan Fairbanks. There's a senior defensive back. He came up and almost had an interception there. But, so a good read by Fairbanks to come up and make that play.
There's that senior experience showing again. Drop back at safety, saw the read and made that play. And even though it is wet and not best conditions for throwing the football, I like seeing the Pirates throw the ball a bit more and just see what works.
Well, they've shown you can run the ball.
Yep.
That's so now you've got to work on other aspects of your game because you have Ada Borup West next week, and So you want to be ready for them. Then you have Red Lake County is going to be one of their toughest games of the year.
There's a handoff. Kinutson just shrugging guys off, falls forward up to the 15-yard line. Gets 2 yards on that.
I was talking with OJ, Mr. Kennett at the Crookston Red Lake Falls volleyball match, and he said, "Yeah, you coming for homecoming?" I said, "You would schedule us for homecoming." Obviously, we're just as big a homers for Red Lake County as we are Crookston, but so we had a good talk there, and there's a lot of, but so Crookston will be going to Red Lake Falls for homecoming in 2 weeks. This is the time of year, middle of the season, when a lot of homecoming games are happening. Got to get them in.
We're on the earlier side of some of them. Some will wait until the start of October.
Which you never want to do.
No, get it out of the way. 4th down and 8. Hammer's just going to run to the outside. Looking to pick up the first down. He might get more than that. Lowers his shoulder. Did he get in again? He did. Tate Hamry. You need a second hand to count these touchdowns. He's up to 6 of them as he gets in from 15 yards out. And he's up to 216 yards on 7 carries. That's pretty much 31 yards per rush and 6 scores.
Yeah, I think we're approaching record territory here.
Yeah, I would be with you on that. And they're looking to go for 2 here.
Just give them 2 or 3 more just so we know for sure. We can say it's a record without checking.
Yeah, we want a number so big that we know it's true, as they're going to hand it off straight ahead. Knutson will score their 5th 2-point conversion success in 6 attempts. And it's 46-0. Crookston leads with 5:24 remaining in this second quarter. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have the next kickoff coming up right after this.
Ever wonder what your city government does for you? They provide police and fire protection, emergency and disaster preparation, building code and zoning enforcement, street repair, cleaning and snow plowing, curbside garbage and recycling collection, plus spring and fall cleanup weeks. They deliver safe drinking water and maintain a wastewater system. They care for 22 parks and provide year-round recreation activities. They give loans for economic development and housing. They do all this and much more with the help of your city employees.
Kickoff on the way, played by the Panthers at the 26-yard line. Scotty Brown, and sheds a tackle. He's still alive. Just threw a man off of him, and it gets past the 30-yard line. And he'll get up to about the 33. Good physical run that time by Scotty Brown.
Well, Brown did a good job there. He was wrapped up, and, you're trailing 46-0. You could just say, I'll let him take me down. But he fought it off and was able to get a few extra yards after that. And I know a few years ago we carried the Polk County West in Cass Lake-Bena game to start the season. That's probably 5-6 years ago now. But Cass Lake-Bena, the one thing I was impressed with the entire game. What?
Didn't mean to do that.
Oh, okay. I was like, what did I say? But they were playing their butts off until the last whistle. They were they were very good sports, very classy, and that was the one thing I always look at when, as a teenage kid, I know how I would have probably acted sometimes. If you're down big, you don't handle it very well, but they did it with class, and that's one thing with this program. And you hope that the Red Lakes and the Cass Lake-Benas and these others, well, Crookston too, they're struggling, and they haven't had any success here in the last 3+ years, being 0-22. Yep. You just hope for the kids. You have to remember these are kids. They're out playing. They can only control what they can control. They can't. They would rather be 10-0 every season and winning section championships. But they're out here playing hard and playing clean, and that's what you like to see.
On the 34-yard line, first down for Adrian Brown. Nearly drops the snap, pitches it back, and turning up the speed and going down the sideline. And they're going to try to get the 0 off the board, but a nice chase down tackle to run him down. But Cass Lake finally gets something going as they storm ahead. What a big-time run that was by Tristan Brown.
For the Panthers, Tristan Brown.
He'll get all the way down to the 32-yard line. And from the 34,
That's a 44-yard
that's a
carry
44-yard run for Tristan Brown. And an even better tackle to save a score.
Tackled by the Pirates at the Pirate 22.
So first down coming out for Cass Lake-Bena. They're definitely happy with that.
Yeah, that's a heck of a run. He was able to bounce just like Crookston has been doing to the outside, and then he just took off, showed great speed, but great hustle by the Pirates to get a touchdown-saving tackle.
So do they go right back to him? They fake the pitch. Brown rolls the other way, looking to throw, floats one out, incomplete, left it short that time as he tried to find Scotty Brown. And that's 2 for 6 now for Brown through the air.
Yeah, Miko Rocha did a nice job. He was out there covering, but I think that could have been a completion, but it was just, as you said, underthrown a little bit, but a nice play design by Cass Lake-Bena.
Yeah, Coach Hansen had his hands in the air as he saw that there was a completed pass opportunity there, and as it hit the ground, they just slowly came back down to his sides. After that 44-yard run, looking to make something happen here. 2nd down and 10 from the pistol. Scotty Brown in motion, and they're going to give it to him on a little pop pass. He'll cut it up the middle and get close to the 15-yard line. See where they mark that. Are we right around the 15-yard line? That is a completed pass. That'll be 7 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
Well, good to see the Panthers. Crookston getting a few different players in, but the Panthers, they're moving the ball down the field and playing hard with 4:38 remaining in this first half. And as you said, trying to get that 0 off the board. That as soon as you can do that, now that gives you a little more confidence. And with that big run, and then you get that 7-yard passing play, the Panthers doing a nice job here of answering.
There are 3 different players have made catches. Tristan Brown has one, Wilmer MacArthur has one, and now Scotty Brown has one.
Obviously, Cass Lake-Bena known for their baseball and basketball. They have outstanding programs in those 2 sports.
That handoff is going nowhere on that run straight ahead and pushed way back. Yeah, they're going to mark that. See how many yards they end up losing here.
For the Panthers,
Tristan Brown, after getting 44 yards, that hurts the average a little bit. Back to the 18-yard line. Drops 3. It'll be 4th down now, and about in between that 5 and 6 mark is where they're marking it.
And Nolan Johnson in on the tackle, the big freshman.
Small Brown, big Johnson. There's a big old size difference there. 4th down now, and a whistle blows, and Brown gets tackled after the whistle blows, and Zach Ali brought him down. Let's see what happened here.
That's where he's saying, you could have blown the whistle a little earlier for me, please.
And they're going to call.
False start on Cass Lake-Bena.
There, so that's going to back them up 5 yards.
So it'll be
4th down at about 10 now or so. 3 penalties for 25 yards now for the Panthers.
5-yard penalty, that'll bring up 4th down. And a long 10 for the Panthers.
Now they got it's about 10 and a half. I know why officials put the ball in between yard markers, but it still messes me up when I'm trying to get accurate numbers and my rushes there. But we'll call it a long 10 on 4th down.
I was told you're always supposed to round up. And I never did ask which way is up.
4th down and 10. Adrian Brown looks to throw, gets away, fires. It's caught. Did they get the first down, though, on the sideline? And they might be just short. And where are they going to?
That does not. It's completely on the opposite end of the field.
But they're signaling that he's a yard shy.
Nice pass play by Cass Lake-Bena, and unfortunately for the Panthers, it looked like he was either tripped up or he tripped, and is going to come up just shy of the first down, and the Pirates will force the turnover on downs.
Cloud made that catch.
We should mention, too, I don't see the band, but if the band performs.
If they did march out.
Okay.
They're back, all the way back by the 10-yard line. Straight out by the track back there.
Oh, yeah, right across from me. I'm looking in the bleachers for them.
No, they're right in front of you.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what happens when you get older and your eyes were already bad. Then anyway.
Yeah, they get worse.
They only get worser and worser. But the band is going to perform. They'll also have the introduction of the homecoming queen and her court. We will have all that. It really doesn't do us much good to show you on radio, but we'll have it on KROX TV during the halftime show. We will have an extended halftime show. It's 17 minutes, and then they have a 3-minute warm-up. So 20 minutes will be halftime with the homecoming festivities. So just letting you know if you would like to see the band perform, and or you can watch it back later as well. They are here, and I do credit Manny Green, the new band director. He's done a nice job with them. Still trying to build those numbers up like every other activity. But he's doing it. He's here, and he said they were out here. They were playing they were going to play at the beginning, and then it started raining. And then he said we're going to go in and wait and see if it holds off. And it's held off, so they're going to be able to perform at halftime. So a nice job by Mr. Green.
Asher Whalen back in the game. He hands it off to Knutson, who has some room to run, and there goes Knutson, taking off past midfield. He's being chased down by Adrian Brown. Can he get there before he gets to the end zone? He's still gonna get all the way for a touchdown. 87 yards on that run by Knutson. Just took off, found the second level, and beat Adrian Brown in a foot race.
I was just thinking it would be nice to see Jaron Knutson be able to punch one in. I wasn't expecting an 87-yarder, though, and a great job by Jaron as he continues to work hard in this game. And the impressive part was he was able to hold off the Cass Lake-Bena defender who was tracing him down, and it almost seemed like as he got closer, Jaron would step it up just another notch, and now they're celebrating. And rightfully so. It's good to see that on the Pirate sidelines.
As Coach McBride gives him a big hug as they line up for the 2-point conversion. Whelan will hand it off straight ahead, breaking a tackle, and did he get there? No, just a tad shy is the official who ran in immediately and said that Miko Rocha was just a tad shy. So 2-point conversion is no good. They're now 6 for 8. On those, or let me make sure I had my math right. No, 5 for 7 on those now. So that's a 52-0 lead for the Pirates, still with 2:48 to go.
I can promise you nobody's close to the score on the You Pick the Score.
Yeah, we do have that. So whoever picked the biggest Pirate margin of victory would be the one to win, I believe, in this case. And there's...
I was going to say I was very disappointed with the with the KROX listeners this year.
Well, they're aware of how things have gone recently.
Do they not listen to us?
Yeah. Well,
do they not read Sports Fever?
Well, maybe you need to do that.
Did they not listen to me when I said vote with your heart?
Kickoff received at the 28-yard line and fighting forward and breaking tackles, and now a good kick return past midfield and all the way to the 46-yard line of the Pirates goes Scotty Brown. A big old kick return there with 2:39 to go. They're in Pirate territory at the 45. Still working to try to get this 0 off the board. So Jacob Biermeyer brings him to the ground, and
well, I think it's safe to say we can already say there's who the winner's going to be.
Do you know who the...
Dwayne "The Rock" Anderson.
Picked a big score.
35-15.
And that's the biggest score, and I don't see how it's going to get. I don't see how anybody's going to get closer than that. So that's a...
Yeah, nobody picked in the 40s.
First down and 10 now for the Panthers as Brown will pitch it back. And that run's going nowhere for no gains. Slung on down by just Tristan Brown.
Stop for no gain on the play.
It'll be second down and 10 on the 45 as we get about 2.5 minutes and counting to go here in the second quarter. Again, KROX TV will have those halftime festivities. The band playing.
Jacob Doda.
As Doda was the one to bring him down. Starting to see some new names in for the Pirates. Tate Hammer's had his helmet off for a while. I don't know if we'll even see him again
Good to see the neighbor, Jacob Dota in.
Next door neighbor?
Well, they're moving.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, I saw him at the homecoming coronation. He said, we're not going to be neighbors anymore. I said, yeah, what's up with that? So they're moving, but Jacob, good kid, cracks me up.
Second down and 10 now with 1:40 and counting here. And Brown fakes it, has to make a quick move. A little stutter step, juke, breaks a tackle, but not for long as he was hit in the backfield. Hey, look, it's Helgeson again, celebrating, getting the sideline pumped up as Brown loses. And he's, how many yards they're going to mark him back? They're going to mark it at the 48, so a 3-yard loss there for Brown. He's now at 3 carries for 5 yards cumulative. And a timeout will be called by Cass Lake-Bena with 1:14 to go and a 52 spot on the board for the Pirates. Go ahead.
Well, it's pretty cool as we look down at the homecoming queen and the court. There's a lot of former Pirates down there as dads that are ushering the girls down there as well.
Fantastic. Had a good conversation with all of them at the start of the week. Also give some credit to Linda Morgan doing all of the work that you need to do to get homecoming organized. It's also a little bit more difficult in just your third week of school. You've already got to get all your homecoming planned, and she does a great job.
The
Leo Club
awesome.
And so many things that that she does for these students. So
I hope Craig doesn't take this the wrong way, but we love Linda Morgan. She is awesome.
Yes,
and,
we do.
Yeah, she has done great things. She had big shoes to fill. Of course, Marianne Odlin, she didn't do it. She did Leo Club, but Linda has filled that in, and they continue to win the national award year after year. But what she does, she does so many things, and she's awesome.
Adrian Brown will hand it off to Scotty Brown, trying to hop forward, and he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage.
And she cracks me up, too.
It's Tristan Brown, excuse me. It's a 3-yard gain as Pirates get helped up. Might only have about 1 or 2 more plays here before we reach the half, as we see Manny Green. One downside of him, he's a more of a vertically challenged individual, but he's got his ladders, so he'll be ready to go. And
with that 5-yard gain,
it'll be fourth down and 10 for the Panthers here. They get the play called. This is fun. The rain hasn't deterred the festivities for any of the Pirate students or fans, family that have showed up here tonight. Still daylight for a little bit more time as it's 4th down and 10. And on the way here in the pistol formation, it's a handoff to Tristan Brown straight ahead. Gets upended by Biermeyer.
Tristan Brown on the carry.
And that will wrap up the first half on a 2-yard carry. Biermeyer brings him down, and what a half by the Pirates. Jumping around, clapping. Can't ask for much better than that for the Pirates. They score 30 points in the first quarter, 22 points in the second quarter.
This is the most points the Pirates have scored in at least 4 years. And
post-COVID, that's the most they've scored. So that's fantastic, and they'll look at this and be happy about it. When is the last time they've ran with a purpose back to the locker room? Not running just to get away from the field, running because they're excited about it.
They're running to hurry up and get in there and hear from the coach for the first time in a few years.
Yeah, which is awesome. That's what you want to see. So,
and even better on homecoming.
Definitely. As Mr. Green is signaling for the band to make their way down there. We'll make their way down. We'll keep it here on KROX TV. We'll take a break on the radio side, and we'll also be after the band performs and everything, we'll run through our stats and the scoreboard update as well. But we'll keep it on KROX TV for the band to perform. We'll take a break on the radio side, 52-0. The Pirates lead at the half.
Please welcome to the field the Crookston Marching Pirates. Please join us in our show entitled Battle of the Bands, with performances of Seven Nation Armory by the White Stripes, Louie Louie by Richard Berry, and Shout It Out, made popular by the movie Drumline. The Marching Pirates are a group of extremely dedicated student musicians and performers. They thank you and their parents, band alumni, and community members for your support throughout the season. The band is under the direction of Manny Green and Assistant Director Adrian Winger.
Welcome you back here to KROX Radio Stadium. The halftime show from the band is currently underway. Sounding great. We'll take a look at some stats here for you as we continue moving right along here. Or Cass Lake-Bena, they've tried a number of different things. They've had 4 different players carry the ball, but they've only accumulated 31 rushing yards. 49 of them have come from Tristan Brown on 6 carries. Everybody else has combined for minus 18 on the ground. They have 25 passing yards, as Adrian Brown is 4 of 7 through the air, 25 yards, and 2 interceptions. They also do not have a first down in this game. For the Pirates, they've only had 2 players carry the ball, as besides the one Asher Weiland dropped snap that resulted in a loss of a yard. But otherwise, Tate Hamry, 7 carries, 216 yards, and 6 touchdowns at this point for the Pirates, which is a fantastic number. No matter who you're playing against, that's great for Tate Hamry. Jaron Knutson, he was looking pretty good. He had 66 yards on the ground initially, and they're just saying, well, we need to kind of increase it, and that's exactly what happened. An 87-yard touchdown run, which is a big-time score. That was the final score of the first half. They now have 359 yards of total offense, as it did not complete a pass in the first half, so all of them were on the ground. They had 4 first downs that were not resulted in touchdowns. If you did count the ones that result in touchdowns, they would have 11 in that case, but they have more plays that have gone for touchdowns than have gone for solely first downs, so a good sign there. Penalties has been few and far between. 3 for 25 for Cass Lake-Bena, 1 for 15. That was on a roughing the passer penalty for the Pirates. 1 punt in this game. It went 8 yards by Cass Lake-Bena's punter. And that, again, only went 8 yards, so they chose not to punt again. As that result of a couple turnovers on downs, scores 2 Pirate interceptions. Knutson has 1, and Dexter Janik had the first one on a ball that hit maybe 6 different bounces at least. It just pinballed around the 30-yard line, and somehow it found somebody's hands. It found the hands of Dexter Janik, just playing in his second game this year. Had 2 catches for 30 yards against Polk County West in his first game of the season. So you hear the applause. Clapping for the Crookston High School band. One of my favorite parts about a marching band. Might not be the favorite parts for everybody, but I just love seeing that they have some pretty sweet uniforms that they get to wear out there with the hats and everything. It's nice, and that's a cool sign.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it again for the Marching Pirates.
So again, the Pirates get 359 yards of total offense in that first half. We'll see a lot more reserves, I would imagine, in the second half. Some new names that might not be getting as many carries that they normally do in the second half. Again, extended halftime, so we still have a little bit over 10 minutes remaining before we roll back into the second half. We'll take another break on the radio side. When we come back, we'll have a Draft Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard update. On the TV side, you'll see the end of this band performance and the homecoming queen in their court being walked out as we speak. We'll take a break on the radio side. We'll be back right after this.
Homecoming 2025 queen in her court. First, Ashlyn Bailey, accompanied by her father, Jason Bailey. Mother, Amber Bailey. Chloe Bowl, accompanied by her father, Brian Bowl. Mother, Melissa. Emma LaPlante, accompanied by her father, T.J. LaPlante. Mother, Erin. Ava Martin, accompanied by her father, Derek Martin. Mother, Jacqueline. And ladies and gentlemen, Queen Taylor Whelan, accompanied by her father, Josh Whelan. Mother, Sarah. 2025 homecoming queen and her court. I'd like to introduce the king and his court. King Reggie Windjam, whose parents are Chris and Leah Windjam. Xander Lukow, parents Chrissa Frisk and Kirk Lukow. Jay Reese and parents Jeannie and Joe Reese. Garrett Fisher, parents Shelley and Trent Fisher. And Evan Schockman, parents Jessica and Miguel Schockman. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the Crookston Marching Pirates under the direction of Manny Green.
Well, we welcome you back here to KROX Radio Stadium. The band just wrapped up, and they played very well. Congratulations also to homecoming queen, Taylor Wheeland.
Yeah.
Good for her.
And all 5 homecoming queen candidates, a member of the Pirate tennis team.
And a very proud Gina Gunderson, I'm sure.
That's she. Coach's Corner on Saturday, and she goes, yep, all 5 from the tennis team. These coaches are competitive.
Yes, they are.
And but usually, I would say at least half or a little, well, when there's 5, over half the court usually is tennis players. Usually not that volleyball or anything else isn't as good, but tennis girls are usually, obviously have some success, but nice kids, and I'm saying that because my daughters play tennis. But just good families, good people, and volleyball, they only had 1 senior anyway, so there isn't a whole lot there. But so congratulations to all these kids. I've always said it's neat. Taylor Whelan, probably all 5 on the crew. Some of the sweetest young ladies that you'll meet. I've got to know them very well. Macy played tennis and knows a lot of these girls. And, they're Ashlyn, known a lot of these girls forever. And but they are great young ladies, come from great families. Some of the dads are a little rough around the edges. No, just kidding. But it's good to see, the smiles on their faces and to be acknowledged. Of course, Chloe Bowl, all the girls are just outstanding. And congratulations to the King candidates as well. And a pretty cool story with the Windjam siblings.
Another Windjam.
All 4 kids. When I came back from to the radio station, they said, "Who won?" I said, "Who do you think?" And right away, Jeanette, my mom, goes, "Reggie?" I said, "You guessed it." So Reggie Windjam is the 4th Windjam sibling. All of them now have been either homecoming king or queen.
How about that?
So that's a pretty cool number, speaking of good people and good families as well.
Wonderful. Well, the work Leah does with the Karen Share, too.
Yeah, and Trinity Youth.
Yep. Oh!
She is, when Leah and her mom, Francine, when they do the children's sermons, that is the most entertaining most entertained I am at church every time. They are very good, and they are fun as well. So, whoa! T-shirt cannon to the cheap seats.
Little high.
It's like a Wrigley Field.
The one before that drilled the other side of the press box on the left side.
So it's either like Wrigley Field where they chase the ball down in the streets, or San Francisco where they get it into McCovey
Cove. Yep.
So,
or the Allegheny in Pittsburgh, you can clear that.
Travis Oliver is shooting the T-shirt cannon. They purchased that. I think, did Travis purchase? Somebody purchased it.
I think it was Travis, that did that.
And KROX Radio and Longton Insurance Agency, we sponsored a boatload of T-shirts. I think it was, I'm not sure how much we spent. Well, I know how much we spent. I don't know how many we bought.
There were.
I just know what the price was. I'm not going to tell you that. But Pirates Cove printed them up for us, Amy Bowl, and we thank her for doing that. That reminds me, I still got to give her a check for the shirts. But we have the KROX logo and a Longton Insurance on the back of the T-shirt. A Pirate. We wanted to get more Pirate pride out there. Ann came over and said, would you be interested? I said, absolutely. Anything for the fans, anything to get more Pirate apparel out there for the fans that come to the games, and it is a hit. I mean, how can you not? I'm how old I am. I've been to thousands and thousands of college and I'm not even going to say high school. That's way more, but college and professional sporting events. And still, at my age, there's two things. You try to get that foul ball or home run ball, and you try to get a shirt, even though I know it's not going to fit me.
Every time.
It's more the challenge than anything else. So I said, absolutely.
I've gotten one of each in my life. I actually got a home run ball in June when I went back and went to a Reds game with a few of my friends. Got one there, and then
that was you on the TV, stealing from a kid.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. At
least Philly's Karen wasn't there.
Oh my gosh, that was a mess. I'm glad the kid got a lot of gift bags and things like that, and I'm also glad that the woman who stole that ball was on the camera for it.
Yes.
And
there's evil people out there.
Yeah, and the evilest ones are the ones who take.
What? Go Eagles, go!
Fly Eagles, fly? Question mark.
So it's that's
awesome.
It's cool that Travis is doing that, and the fans, they love it. All ages get excited for that, and that's the main goal. Is when people are here, get them excited for not only any Pirates, Cass Lake-Bena, whatever it is. Just come out, watch the kids compete. They're doing their best. They're trying as hard as they can, and obviously we would love all teams that we cheer for to be undefeated, but that's not always the case. And but they're still working hard, and then a game like this comes along if you're a Crookston fan, and it's been a lot of fun.
Definitely. Slight change here. 8 minutes will be the length of quarter number 3. And then once we get to quarter 4, running time will begin. As we wait for the kickoff, give a couple scores on our Draft Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard update. Halfway through the second quarter, Goodrich-Grigla leads Kitson County Central 12-7. Furter Beltrami on top of Winnemac 14-0. Stephen Argyle in front of Foston 7-0. That just started the second quarter over there. Some 11-man scores. Noman Wabbit in front of Nevis 14-0.
Ooh.
Then they've got the ball back again. That's still in the first quarter. And so Noman Wabbit has come out with a purpose. Not very many other ones coming through on the single A side.
I cannot wait until the Mahnomen Wabbit Red Lake County game.
Oh, that's going to be a good one.
That's for the number 1 seed.
Hawley's in front of Barnesville 14-8 right now. And a battle of two top teams in 8AA just got underway between Pillager and Dilworth Clinton Felton, 2 undefeated squads. And so you might have had the Twins game score pulled up.
Yep. Cleveland leading the Twins 2-0 in the bottom of the first with 2 outs there.
Cleveland is red hot. They are trying to make that last-ditch surge to get into the playoffs. If they knock out the Astros, I'm more than okay with that.
Well, and just in case you're wondering, Rutgers leads Iowa 14-7 halfway through, a little over halfway through the first quarter in college football.
Iowa can score touchdowns at the
Go
early
Rutgers.
Point in the games. Yeah. The Scarlet Knights, who I think the Gophers play next week, if I'm not mistaken. Either next
I'm
week
protesting after their loss to California.
They're still 2-1. Officials are now.
They lost to California.
They did lose to California, but Cal's 3-0 now. Kickoff on the way, played by the upman for the Panthers. Then they just take a knee on that one at the 35-yard line, so that's where they'll start the third quarter. Hey, California was ranked for a week last year.
Yeah, they're good,
but it's still California. So.
Yeah, can't lose to California in anything.
Again, only 8 minutes in this particular quarter, so we've got 7:57 to go here as the lights are our primary source of illumination now as opposed to daylight, as the sun is setting a lot earlier and it's making me very unhappy. First down now for the Panthers. It's again trying to get that 0 off the scoreboard here. And it's a fumble immediately. Ball's on the ground. And it's still loose. And I think the Pirates have it. And they do. I believe. I think it was. Wasn't fully sure on that. Yes, it was. Ali, the senior, falls on it. And a big loss, loses 10 yards off the hand of Adrian Brown. And it's now 1st and 10 for the Pirates on the 25-yard line.
And 7:49 remaining in this quarter. Again, Gabe just said, but 8-minute quarter here in the third. It'll be running time, the complete fourth.
Asher. So Weiland or Wheeland? I always want to make sure I get it correct. Wheeland, yep. Asher Wheeland is in the game now.
Oh, there's Weilands, there's Wheelands, there's Clevens, there's Clevens, there's Dufos and Dufaults, and there's...
I do my best, as now that one goes through the hands of Wheeland. He picks it back up initially, has to still fall on it, still all the way back. It's still loose, and it's picked up. Oh, who wants the ball? And Cass Lake-Bena's got it, and they're going the other way. Chased down inside the 35 and tripped up inside the 30. It was a game of hot potato like you've never seen, and a saving tackle by Janik stops a touchdown, but a fumble and a scoop and almost score. Daryl Madigan scooped it up and almost took it back, and now the Panthers will get it on the Pirate 25, 50-yard swing.
Wow, that is probably the most interesting fumble I have and recovery I have seen in all my years of covering high school sports. It just bounced. Nobody. It was. It's like there was Vaseline or some kind of substance.
Someone was controlling it. And just moving
nobody.
It away.
And part of the problem was some of the players are trying to scoop it up. So then it would just go right off their fingertips. But Cass Lake-Bena, Madigan is able to scoop it up and get all the way down to the 25-yard line, so they get the ball back.
Another good chase down tackle the Pirates have made. That's their second one today. So now Brown has an opportunity. Hey, someone held on to the ball and trying to run it and slung down for no gain. Zach Ali was there again. He's been all over the place since he's come in. He's done some offensive line stuff a little earlier in the year. He's been a little banged up as well. But glad to see him out there on the field. Loss of 3. Maddox Horner was also there, as going over to get the play call now is Scotty Brown.
At the Pirate 28.
Second down and 13 on the way. Under 7 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. Gonna have running time in quarter number 4 if that lead stays above 35, which it looks like it's going to. Scotty Brown was the one who took that carry. He's now the quarterback. Waits under center, and a little pitch play. Tristan Brown, and he gets lit up and sent straight back. Another big hit.
For the Panthers.
Maddox Horner was there again.
1 yard on the play.
And Tristan Horner gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's where they're going to mark it. So, yep, it'd be third down and 13.
On the tackle.
On the way.
76, Jacob Doda.
Doda was there again.
That'll bring up third down and 13 for the Panthers.
Thornhill's out there on the defensive side. And some new players. Dexter Janik, who really only played offense in the first game he played against Polk County West, is playing a lot more defense. Third down and 13 for the Panthers. A golden opportunity to try to get some points on the board after that turnover, and a whistle blows, and we've got
stopping play.
Defensive offsides call on the Pirates. That's just their second penalty of the game. First of the 5-yard variety.
Brings the ball down to the Pirate.
So now the ball
23
is on the 23. It'll be third down and 8. So that's a lot more manageable now if you're Cass Lake-Bena trying to make which would be their first down of the contest if they can get 8 yards in these next 2 plays. Some mist still falling, but nothing like it was before. Breaking out of the huddle are the Panthers. Fairbanks is now in on offense. He played a couple of defensive reps. He's now in on offense. Gabe Reyes is also spread out wide in the pistol formation behind Scotty Brown. They run into his own running back, and he gets slung down to the ground. Doda was there again, just kind of picked him up and chucked him. Tristan Brown will lose 4 yards on that run. And it'll be 4th down. And he loses 3, actually, so it'll be 4th down, 13.
So it'll be about
4th down 11, excuse me.
4th and 11 at the Pirate 26-yard line. Obviously, the Cass Lake-Bena is not going to punt here.
And Asher Wieland is getting some reps with just catching the ball. He's fumbled 2 snaps that he's taken, so.
Well, part of it, too, is obviously there's some nervousness.
Yep.
The ball's probably a little wet, and just getting used to that.
Yeah, these balls take a while to dry out if you're playing on wet weather. But also, we haven't mentioned this yet to this point, but how about this great turf here at KROX Radio Stadium that drains the water out and still excellent to play on even when that rain picked up.
This is why we have it, right?
Yeah, correct. 4th down and 11. I don't think Brown was ready for that. He's a lefty. He wants to step up and throw it. Now he has some room to run. Initially, he's going to get dragged down. And the ball came out again. And the Pirates fall back on it. That's the 4th. I believe, yeah, 4th lost fumble by Cass Lake-Bena, and Ali falls on it at the 30-yard line.
The Pirates take over 1st and 10.
Well, either way, that was going to be a turnover on downs, but it ended up being a turnover on a fumble as Ali is able to cover it up in the Pirate defense. This has got to be the most interceptions, fumbles they've had in many, many years.
6 turnovers in this contest, which is an incredibly impressive number. So now let's see. Waiting under center. And Whelan does catch that ball cleanly, hands it off, lowering the shoulder, just running over a man and getting near the 1st down line. And I think that was Miko Rocha who had that carry. Yeah, that was. That's a 2 out there, I see.
Pirate ball carrier has a gain of 9 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
So
and
2nd and 1 for
39.
Crookston. 3.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. 52-0. Pirates lead. And we're all disappointed that nobody picked a score similar like that, or picked the score contest this week.
Dwayne Anderson's here, so I'm just going to have to tell him stop by Monday.
There's another handoff. Roche straight ahead. He'll pick up a 1st down.
Miko Rocha on the carry for the Pirates.
Rocha, gains 4 yards up to the 43-yard line, and a Pirate 1st down. Their 5th that did not result in a touchdown in this contest.
Well, that's what you like to see, different players getting an opportunity here when you lead 52-0, 3:12 remaining in this 3rd quarter. Rocha has back-to-back carries for 14 yards, so 7 yards a carry. You'll take that any day.
Rocha is primarily a defensive player. He'll start on defense a lot more often than he'll start on offense, but he's getting some reps in the backfield here. And now Whelan going to take it himself, bounce it outside, little stutter step, turn the edge, lower the shoulder, and fall forward for a gain of 2 yards up to the 45-yard line. He makes up for that 1 yard he lost when he fell on his own fumble. And he'll end up getting a gain of 2 on that play. 2nd down and 8.
Doug Cloud.
Cloud brings him down. Under 2.5 minutes to go here in quarter number 3.
Yep, that won't be close enough. Yeah, it is.
So, 2nd down and 8 on the way. Whelan ready under center. Claps twice, takes the snap, rolls out to his right. Whelan's going to take off again, bit more room, and gets forward again. And a late flag comes in from the near side official. It's a gain of 2 if it stands.
3-yard gain, a penalty marker on the field.
Let's see what we've got here. And the Pirates, neither team is moving backwards. I don't know, here comes the referee. And it is an offensive holding call. So that'll bump the Pirates back from the spot of the foul, which would be a 10 yards. So I think determining where the foul was, it could be a 10, 9, or 8-yard penalty. And they're going to
That penalty on the Pirates is a block in the back.
And there'll be a full 10-yard penalty for the Pirates.
Brings the ball back to the Pirate 37.
That's their 4th penalty of the game for 35 yards. Although that is a better number than it has been in previous weeks. They have over 65 yards of penalties in 2 of their 3 games played this year. Those 2 being against Nevis and Polk County West. Wheelan ready. And handoff straight ahead. Jose Arriaga bounces it off. And a big-time run inside midfield. And he's had 5 carries this year. And he gets a big old 14 on a 3rd and 60.
That'll bring up 4th down and 2.
Good run there. Turned on the speed. So 4th down, about 2 yards.
Yeah, 14-yard carry.
Thank you for double-checking me on that. Wasn't fully sure, but I'm glad I got that right. 4th down and 2. Gonna go for this. For the minute 15.
The Panther 49.
Their only non-touchdown drive ended also on a turnover on downs, so we'll see what happens again. Now in that wing back pistol formation, and it's bouncing outside, cuts upfield, 1st down. Arriaga just weaving through traffic, and now he takes off, and Arriaga gets tripped up inside the 30-yard line. He'll get to the 27. That is a 22-yard run on 4th and 2. And just elusiveness and quickness to plant his foot in the turf and take off for more yards.
He looked like Barry Sanders there. That was a tremendous run. Great cut, great eyesight, able to read that hole, and what a job by Jose.
He's just weaving through traffic, and Barry Sanders, great comparison there. One of the hardest players to ever bring down.
Probably one of my favorite, even though I'm a Viking fan, probably my favorite player of all time.
Really?
Yeah.
Barry Sanders? Wow.
Non-Vikings player.
Yeah, that makes sense, of course.
He was fun to watch. FTW.
Here's another handoff. Arriaga again. Oh, look at these little cuts inside. Breaks a tackle. Oh, he nearly got back another one. This guy is making the most out of what he's getting here, and he gets a 3-yard carry. He's up to 39 yards on 3 carries.
That was a tough 3 yards, but it looked like he was going to be hitting the backfield, but he was able to break a tackle and then cut it up again, and that's going to be the end of the quarter.
That is the end of quarter number 3. Here between Crookston and Cass Lake-Bena. It'll be full, complete 12-minute 4th under running time when we come back. We will take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the 4th quarter here from KROX Radio Stadium at the end of 3. It's Crookston 52, Cass Lake-Bena, nothing.
This is Lindsay Erdman, Executive Director at Benedictine Living Community of Crookston. It is our privilege to serve the Crookston community and the surrounding area by offering a continuum of care ranging from assisted living, skilled nursing care, memory care, short-term stay and rehab, and outpatient therapy, including physical, occupational, and speech therapy. We also offer many employment opportunities with great benefits, on-site daycare, and a scholarship program. Contact us today at 218-281-3424 or benedictinecrookston.org.
Well, we're back here at KROX Radio Stadium. It's a 2nd down, 8 yards on the way after the 2-yard carry by Jose Arriaga to end the 3rd. It'll be Asher Whelan trying to bounce it outside, now spinning around the other direction. Everybody stopped. They thought the play was over. It's not. Whelan has some room to run now and trying to fight through and gets some positive yardage after all of that. Ran 30 yards to gain 2. They continue to move the ball forward. We're at full 12 minutes in this 4th quarter, now under running time.
Down to the 23.
52-0, Pirates in front.
Number 9 for the Panthers, Gerald Madigan.
Madigan brings him down. Madigan and Fairbanks have been running all over the place in the secondary
and a long
for the Panthers in this contest as De Leon comes off the field. Maddox Horner is now in as the wing back. He'll now shift out wide with Whelan waiting. Arriaga to his right, continuing that 4 wide receiver formation. And Whelan takes the snap, hands it off. Arriaga bounces it outside, inside the 20. There goes Arriaga, little jump cut inside the 10. Stays on his feet. What incredible balance. He just stepped out of bounds at the 3-yard line. Almost tiptoed his way in.
Touchdown run.
Oh, man, just shy.
Out of bounds at the 3.
What a run, though. Gets 20 yards.
Yeah, signaled out of bounds at the
first down and goal.
So it'll be 1st and goal. And again, Jose Arriaga doing a tremendous job of making cuts and showing if you can give him a little bit of room, he can really make things happen.
Little bit of room is an understatement. He doesn't need much room to get moving. Let's see if they give it back to him again. They do, straight ahead, muscles his way in for the touchdown. And the senior on homecoming, able to put one away from 3 yards out at 10:20. This is what time was hit when he crossed the goal line. And it's 58-0, and the Pirates will look to go for 2 to try and get to 60 on the day. 3rd different Pirate to score. Pirates now have 7 first downs in this game, going for 2. And you just give it to the same man again.
Yeah.
That's what I do, yeah. And they're actually going to keep it with Whelan and spins his way in. Doesn't go down on first contact, and he scores the 2-point conversion. So Taylor Whelan gets homecoming queen, and Asher Whelan gets a 2-point conversion to put the Pirates up to 60 points in this one against Cass Lake-Bena. Clock continues to run. We're at 9:15 to go here in this contest as the Pirates will get their first win of the season at clock's end, as they'll now stop the clock here with 9:06 remaining. You get ready for this kick.
Now you have the stoppage of play. Unfortunately, we've been well versed in this over the past few years, but you have stoppage of play on scores and a change of possession.
That's where you stop the clock.
Yeah, that's about the only time.
I didn't know if they did on turnovers, maybe. I'm not sure, but
yeah, usually that keeps going.
That keeps going on turnovers? Okay. Yeah, running clock is different from where I'm from in Ohio that is here, so just trying to adjust my...
Oh, what does Ohio know about football?
I could tell you a little something. Kickoff on the way.
National championships and
Hall of Fames in that state. Oh, that's a huge hit, and the ball comes out, and it's still rolling again, and the Pirates have fallen on it at the 28-yard line. A fumble on the kick return. That is 7 turnovers. 5 lost fumbles for the Panthers, and we talked about it earlier. It was ball security was going to be a bit of a problem, as the Pirates have had a couple fumbles as well, losing one of them. But
did we see who recovered that?
I did not see the number. Tried to track it down.
Who recovered?
Good. And we have the number.
That fumble was recovered by the Pirates.
Colton Barenfoos.
How about that? Nice recovery there for him. As they send Marcella, number 54, is running out there in the offensive line.
The Panthers 28.
Clock running 60-0 Pirates with 8 minutes to go here in this one.
Well, this is the fun part. It's never fun to have a lopsided game like this, but it is fun to see the different guys getting in.
High snap, they hand it off late and spinning around, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. That was thrown off a little bit.
That was Jamarcus Prince.
No gain on the play.
Byington,
yep.
The sophomore. Nice arm tackle, spun the ball carrier around and tossed him down.
So no gain on that run for Arriaga, who now checks out.
Arriaga that time saying, "Where's my hole that time?"
He created all the space, lot of the space he had previously. 2nd down and 10 now. 7:15 to go. Whelan under center. Takes a high snap, bobbles it, catches it. Now he's swarmed, gets out of there, stops. He's tracked all the way back and slung down at the 35-yard line. So a high snap caused that, and the Pirates will end up losing 7 yards on that play. So not fully the fault there of Whelan. It had to jump to try and catch that with one hand.
Well, that's where the as you get older and more seasoned at quarterback, that's where you see, okay, there's either nothing, so I just throw it out of bounds, or or you just try to do what you can to not get sacked and lose those yards.
Third down now and 17.
Again, easier said up here than down there when you're running for your life.
That's for sure. As a bit more confusion on this handoff, Knudsen's back in the game, and he's just shugging people off, and there he goes. They brought him back in, and he scores from 35 yards away. His first touch of the second half has put him to 179 yards on the day, and that's his second score, and it's 66-0.
What was that, 29? Yards?
35.
35.
Yep, 35 yards.
Close.
Would have been 29 from the original line of scrimmage if it wasn't from that fumbled, bobbled, and high snap play. So not going to give you too much flame for that. 5:40 and counting. The touchdown was scored with 6:22 to go on the clock. 2-point conversion to try to go 68. It's Whelan who's got it. Makes a cut, another cut, and will come on in to the end zone. And there was some extracurricular pushing and shoving between Fairbanks, and I think that was, I don't know which Pirate that was out there, but there's now a flag being thrown, and we'll see who that was Rocha out there against Fairbanks. Who are they going to give the flag on? Some extracurricular after the play. 2-point conversion is good. And Coach McBride is immediately out there. Both head coaches are talking to both those players. It's going to go on just the Pirates, so Rocha will get an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. 2-point conversion counts, but it'll be 15 yards.
Yeah, and right now, one of the coaches pointing to the scoreboard saying, come on. Yeah, you can't have that, especially when you're leading. You should have a little more grace.
3 penalties for 40 yards now. Yeah, such is the case. It's there. You've got the competitive nature of these kids, but it's also, keep aware. Yeah, this is the lead right now. We're almost out of here. We don't need to do anything unnecessary, and I wanted to make sure that's exactly the case. So 5:22 remaining, and the kickoff will be all the way back from the 25-yard line. So a good opportunity for the Panthers to get into some pretty solid field position. This kick hops a couple times, rolling. Someone's got to pick it up or the Pirates can get there. And it is fallen on by the Panthers. That's a live ball until somebody had to touch it. And good job somebody did. Kind of the last-ditch effort at the 45-yard line of the Panthers with 5:10 and counting to go.
Well, for Cass Lake-Bena, they've got they're going to have a little under 5 minutes left here as the clock continues to wind down to try to get a score and avert that shutout here.
That's good for morale if you're able to get that done, but the Pirates know that sense of urgency is probably not too high right now, and just cut your losses, of course, and especially in this kind of game, don't want to get anybody hurt as well. So some other things to be looking at here is they come out of the huddle with Scotty Brown. He's taking over for Adrian Brown, and the clock will stop here, and Cass Lake-Bena is going to call a timeout. So
timeout, Panthers.
Call one with 4:24 to go. We'll take one as well. And we'll be right back here on KROX, 68-0. Pirates cruising away to their first win of the year.
At Crookston High School, we really have a lot going on.
There isn't that much going on.
Oh yeah? We have
softball, baseball,
track and field, soccer, swimming, tennis, golf, volleyball,
trap shooting, hockey,
basketball,
wrestling. So we have a lot of sports.
And there is orchestra,
band,
choir, visual arts,
speech,
theater, Leo Club. And Crookston is one of the highest academic schools in the region.
Really?
Yeah, really, especially in math and science.
I guess we do have a lot going on.
Yeah, and that's why Crookston High School is my education destination.
And with 4:24 remaining here in this contest, 68-0. The Pirates to get to 1-3 on the season. On a great performance to cut a 22-game losing streak. Outscored a pretty significant gap of nearly 10 points scored per every one that they scored. It's a handoff, trying to take it to the outside and out of bounds.
Panther ball carrier.
And that was, number was that? It's a different one we haven't seen. I believe that was
for a gain of 3 yards on the play.
I believe that was an 11, which would be Pete Hedberg to get that carry.
Second down and a long 7.
Second down
Panthers
and
at the Panther.
It gives them 2 yards, so it'll be second down and 8 on the way here. 3:45 and counting to go here in this fourth quarter. And it's another handoff. This one's bobbled and picked up by Scotty Brown, and hey, it's leveled for a loss of 5. And Brown has negative 10 yards.
The Panther ball carrier stopped for a 5-yard loss.
On the ground, third down and 13. 3:20 to go.
Third down and 13 for the Panthers.
Zach Ali will come on in, and I'll make a substitution as Lucas Helgeson will come off the field. Get a big high five from Coach McBride as the Panthers will walk slowly up to the line of scrimmage. With 2:40 to go, low snap. It's still on the ground, picked up. They're able to hand it off at the very brief moment, but still losing 2 yards.
Panther ball carrier stopped for a 2-yard
on that
loss.
run.
That'll bring up fourth down
Just
and
going
15
backwards was
for the
Hedberg.
Panthers at the Panther 40.
So he loses the 2
Stopped
yards
by the
he
Pirates, number 2,
had gained.
Chico Rocha, and
And
number 13, Xavier Ramos.
it'll be fourth down and 15 yards to go. Clock now at 2 minutes. It's taking the final little bit off the clock. Righty snap on the way. Running back runs into the quarterback, Brown, who just throws one up, and it's going to be intercepted. And coming back the other way, Arriaga. Or it might be Horner, actually. It might be 28. Couldn't tell if that was 20 or 28.
By the Pirates, number 80, Colton Barrenpool.
That's an 80, I believe. Oh, what number is that? Couldn't tell what number that was. I thought that was a 2 at the front. And when he turns around, we'll see what number that was that made that interception.
12 yards down to the Panther.
Yep, that was Barenfuss who had that recovery. He now has an interception, and the Pirates don't need to run more than just one kneel down to end this game at a 68-0 on the third interception thrown by the Pirates. So as we continue to wind things down under 40 seconds, they'll run up to the ball.
Check. Can you hear me? Check, 1, 2.
There's the kneel down. And this game is over. The Pirates have snapped a 22-game losing streak in dominant fashion as they take down Cass Lake-Bena 68-0. They improved to 1-3 on the season, and a fantastic result at that. And they will be taking on Ada Borup West next week
Thank you all for coming.
What a fantastic performance that the Pirates put on. Happy homecoming. It ends up being 68-0, the final score. And we have Chris running down there on the field. Said not to take a break as he takes off. He's jogging, trying to get down to everybody. And let's see. He's got a plan here. I think we're just going to try to get some of the coach's comments that Coach McBride is going to be telling his team. I think that's the plan here. As they're all holding their helmets up and very excited to see this happen. Fantastic show. $68-0, the final score. We have Chris Fees down there. And heard a little bit of the celebration. As Coach McBride makes his way over, brings everybody in, and what a good performance the Pirates put on. People clapping to the fight song as they work their way back, head home safely. We've just hit 8 o'clock. You're in tune to the Voice of the Valley, KROX in Crookston, Minnesota on 1260 AM, 105.7 FM and 92.1 FM in both Grand Forks and East Grand Forks. Oh, fantastic performance that the Vikings put on here. That the Pirates put on here as they take down the Cass Lake-Bena Panthers. 14-0.
We still got to get those numbers. I talked to the AD and I said some of your numbers are wrong on that. See you next week. Thanks.
And we've got a Chris with a microphone holding it up in the air, and let's see what we've got down there. And as the players will split up. So he's trying to track somebody down. And he does have somebody down the sideline, I believe. And he didn't have to talk about a loss. And he's got a lot of seniors over there. So let's see what we've got here real quick. He's good to go if you want him to go. He's good to go. I can't seem to get the gesture here. Got a thumbs up. You're good to go if you want.
Ready?
Yep, we're ready.
Okay, we're going to talk. We'll go. Cut out a little bit, but he popped it back and forth. All these seniors out there. Couldn't hear him down there, but
That's all I got.
Oh, I got a little bit here.
That's Jaron, a man of.
Turn this way.
No, we'll go over this way a little bit here. And now who wants to go? And Lucas, it seemed like you had quite a few, a lot of tackles. You were out there everywhere, especially in that first half. What were you seeing out there on the defensive side?
Just a lot of holes that we could shoot, and it feels nice to see a hole that you can shoot because normally you're blocked.
And when you're able to get that early lead, how big was that?
Huge. Made us feel good. A lot of energy.
And to get a win like this, how big is that for the confidence?
More. Makes it feel good for next week, but job's not finished. So.
And then just to be able to see, just to hold them to a shutout, be able to make and to force all those turnovers. What was it like in the defensive huddle before every play? Were you just building the confidence as the game went along?
Yeah, building confidence, telling plays, having fun, keeping everybody in line. So, yeah.
How does this feel to get the win, especially on homecoming?
But haven't won in 3 years, and second win in my career. So.
That's pretty good. And just as far as the overall, just going halfway through the season now, you have 3.5 weeks left of the regular season. What can you use from this game to build on in the final 4 games?
The people that don't get to play as much. And now we can know what to do whenever people are hurting.
To see some of the other guys in the second half.
It's really fun because don't really get to play with them much and go against them on practice, and fun to play with them for once.
Well, congratulations on the great game, and best of luck next week.
All right, thank you.
And now we're going to talk with Jose Arriaga. Jose, you had a bunch of yards out there. You looked, you probably don't even know who Barry Sanders is, do you? But making some nice cuts, and what were you seeing out there when you were running the ball?
Oh, man, I was just seeing my linemen. Sometimes I had to cut back, cut there, but at the end of the day.
Game where you're able to get a big win.
Felt good.
You guys obviously were tough pitching a shutout here, and you really didn't give them much of anything. Well, you wrestle with them too, but that's got to be. But congratulations on the win, and enjoy Casey Weiland. Casey, another solid game. It seemed like on the defensive end, you guys were able to really stop them throughout the entire game.
Yep. Really made.
It just seemed like you were able to do. I don't want to say anything you wanted to do, but you were pretty tough, and especially to start off the game. That's just. Just to have that boost of confidence, knowing, well, we can do it, and you beat a high school team here. You were able to not only beat them, but you played very well. How big is that going on for the rest of the season? And let's see. Can you get it? Well, and so now we're going to talk with, let's move over here a little bit more. Now we're going to talk with Tate Hamry. And Tate, while it was a big game, obviously, you had 5 touchdowns in the first quarter. And it just seemed like every time you touched the ball, you're running for a touchdown.
Yeah, I got thank the guys up front for leading the way for me.
You were able to, on some of the plays, you were able to have some big holes, but then sometimes you're able to run to the outside, which obviously with some blocking, you're able to get out there. And when you got to the sidelines, what were you thinking on some of those big runs?
Find the grass, hit the hole.
To have the just those touchdowns, 6 in the game, what is that like?
I don't even know, man. I gotta thank the whole football team for giving me the opportunity. It's not just me that did it; it's the whole team that did it.
And on the defensive side, you didn't play a whole lot, which I'm sure is fine with you.
Yeah,
especially in this situation.
Yeah, one drive, it's fine. Get the younger guys going.
Yeah. Overall thoughts on the game? Obviously, it's got to be pretty awesome on homecoming.
Oh, it's amazing. Get the confidence boosting forward. Have good next 4 games.
Yep. Well, congratulations on the big game, and best of luck. Thank you. Now back to you guys.
So thank you, Chris, for taking those post-game interviews. We appreciate that. Talking with all those seniors, very important for their homecoming. Just seniors especially, it's a big deal for them. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with our Draft Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard update as we wind things down towards the end of this contest. We'll take a full break. We'll be back right after this.
You can make a sweet life right here in the Red River Valley with a career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Our shift schedule offers 14 days off per month, which gives you time for family, friends, the great outdoors, and everything else you enjoy about small-town living. Entry-level positions are available, and pay starts around $18 per hour. Apply today at crystalsugar.com and share in our sweet success.
Accidents happen. Illnesses happen. When you need timely, reliable care for allergies or respiratory infections, sprains, strains, or broken bones, or urinary infections, you can count on Riverview Health. Riverview Clinic in Crookston is open 7 days a week, weekdays from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., and weekends from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. For appointments, call 218-281-9595. When the unexpected happens, Riverview Health is here for you.
You deserve the best. Earn your degree at University of Minnesota Crookston with the best public dorms in Minnesota, ranked by niche. With over 75 programs, you'll easily find the best fit for you. In this close-knit community, you're just around the corner from your new best friends. Plus, the U of M system has the lowest cost after financial aid in the state, so you receive the best value for your education. University of Minnesota Crookston. Small campus, big degree. The best of both worlds.
Ever wonder what your city government does for you? They provide police and fire protection, emergency and disaster preparation, building code and zoning enforcement, street repair, cleaning and snow plowing, curbside garbage and recycling collection, plus spring and fall cleanup weeks. They deliver safe drinking water and maintain a wastewater system. They care for 22 parks and provide year-round recreation activities. They give loans for economic development and housing. They do all this and much more with the help of your city employees.
Shopping for groceries is easier than ever with Hugo's Family Marketplace. To simplify life, Hugo's offers convenient online shopping with delivery or curbside pickup at GoHugos.com. Even better, shop on the go with the Hugo's Family Marketplace smartphone app. Download e-coupons, recipes, grocery lists, weekly ads, and place your grocery order right from your phone. Save time and save big with Hugo's Family Marketplace, your hometown grocer since 1939.
You're gonna find more low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
And as we welcome you back here, as we wait for Coach McBride to make his way up, let's take a look at our Draft Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard update. In 9-man football right now, we can tell you Clearbrook-Gonvick in front of Norman County East and Hitterdall 26-8 at the moment. Stephen Argyle all over Foston 28-0 with 8 minutes left in the third quarter there. Warren Alvarado Oslo and BGMR don't have a score right now at the end of the first half. Let's see what else we have here. Football Tramy in front of Winnemac 22-0. We've got Goodrich Griggle in front of Kitson County Central 18-14 in a very good game of two top 9-man teams there. In Single A, Ada Borup West tied with Park Christian 12-12 in the second quarter in that one. And continue to move forward with some other scores. Frazee in front of New York Mills 12-6. Monoman Waubun crushing Nevis 40-0. It's not close there. Let's see what else we've got. Might be in on the single A side. Looking at double A, East Grand Forks took down War Road 28-7. Thief River Falls in front of Roseau 29-8. Pillager in front of Dilworth Glidden Felton 14-6. And as we can just make a quick shift before we wrap up the end of our Draft Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard update, we have the head coach of the Crookston Pirates, Coach Jim McBride. And I tell you what, how about this for a big shift from the first 3 weeks to this one? 68-0 performance where things just clicked from start to finish. What can you say about your team's performance in this contest?
They played a complete game. So pretty happy with
a lot of the things that we saw, and some things that still need to be corrected. But overall, they did a great job tonight.
And it can never be perfect, but we can always say that this is a very, very, very significant improvement.
Absolutely.
As to what it was, and lots of good things when you start running through. Of course, offense or defense, we can start with either one. They both played great. Of course, on the offensive side of the ball, 30 points in the first quarter. Tate Hamry could not be stopped by anybody, churning over 450 yards of rushing offense. And
was it that much? Really?
It was that much. He had 359 at the end of the first half.
Good grief.
Is that even bigger than you thought it was going to be?
Yeah, because when you're out there and we're playing and you're looking at so many different things, there's some things you just don't pay a lot of attention to. So, yeah, did not realize it was that many yards.
Oh, that's pretty impressive. I'm still gathering up some final numbers, but, of course, had a lot of big plays. Of course, Tate Hamry, 6 touchdowns, 216 yards. Knutson, 2 touchdowns, just shy of 200 yards. Had the touchdown for Jose Arriaga at the end of that one as well. Got a lot of reserves in. And then on the defensive side of the ball, 8 turnovers, There was that third interception, so 8 turnovers, 5 fumbles, and 3 interceptions. The defense was flying all over the place.
Yeah, we knew that we were going to have inclement weather. So that was one of our points of emphasis. The ball's going to be on the ground. Make sure we take advantage of it. Ball's going to be slick. Make sure we're watching for those things. Really with the safety, watching those shoulders, making sure that he was getting good reads so we could be in a position to make in case there were errors. And the kids played. They came out fired up. They played hard. And, we kept saying 4 quarters, 4 quarters, 4 quarters. We need 4 quarters. And they did a great job with it tonight. Really proud of them.
That's fantastic. It's great to see it kind of come together for at least one game after the start of this season. All the work and practice to get to that point. And I was going to ask you about what you just said last time. I'm sure there's a lot of pride, not just for you, but for everybody else on the coaching staff.
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of work and time go into it. Not just coaches, but the kids too, and all the people that volunteer and help and things that go on with the program. And so it's a good feeling, and especially with the loss record that we have, to get that monkey off our back, yeah, that was a good feeling.
Is it a bit of relief as well as joy to have that just kind of go off the wayside a bit?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Maybe a little bit's an understatement.
Yeah.
That kind of leads into my final set of questions here. Of course, it was a long losing streak, and 22 games is a significant number, and so now kind of just put that away. Does that give a bit of new life and new confidence into this team, putting that one into the win column?
I hope so. I think like I was discussing with you before, I felt like during this week we kind of turned a corner a little bit with things. And so I think tonight, having a complete game, the guys came out pretty fired up. They didn't let themselves get down with the record that we had. They knew this was a winnable game going in, and they focused, and they had a great practice last night. And
I ran into you last night after that.
They had a good practice last night. They were locked down, and so really, really proud of the guys. They really did a good job.
If we can go along the list of a bunch of different guys, but are there any players that you think really stepped up, really played well, that kind of deserve a good bit of the spotlight?
I think Jose had a really good game. Josie does a lot for us, and I love the kid. And he's always one of those guys, shows up, works hard, does everything you ask of him. So it's nice to see him have a little bit of a breakout game, with things. Jaron Knutson, also, I was giving him a hard time for getting caught on that one run. And he looks at me, he's like, it won't happen again.
And then it didn't happen again.
Yeah,
and
then he took off and he went. And then, so I think it was a good game from Jaron. And, we had been talking about which way to cut on some of our plays that we run. And he realized he was shaving them too close. And so he really made sure and took those angles correctly tonight. So to see that and watch those guys develop and do the things that you've been discussing and working on has been really good. I think another kid that's really helped us a lot and come along is Dexter. Dexter has done a really good job for us. I've been really happy. Casey was able to stay in all game and and that's huge for us, having Casey in all game. And then the other thing was, it was a great thing. Before the game, I was talking to Zach on the phone, because he had to go get his heart checked today, and he said he was cleared. And so
when I saw him out there, big smile.
I went in the locker room, told the guys, everybody was pretty happy. So we get to have Zach back. So that's huge for morale and for us. It's another senior that does a good job for us. So that was fun to see.
That's arguably the best news of the night there.
That was awesome. We were all pretty ecstatic, we got that news. So that was fun. That was fun.
Now, my last big question is all about, homecoming. It's great to get that big win. It's also great to do it in front of all the homecoming fans. They showed up even through the weather. Big crowd, everything like that, the band playing. If you could sum up overall how that moment felt for those guys, especially the seniors, what would you say about that?
That's Friday Night Lights. That's why that's what you look forward to, is that Friday night with the lights going on. And it's a memory, this homecoming for their senior year especially, it's something they'll remember, for a lifetime. And so, it's what you always tell the coaches, you always tell people that it's kind of like we're in charge of their memories. So what kind of memories are we making for them? And so you kind of approach that way. And as at the end of the game, I told them, turn around, look at the scoreboard, just kind of enjoy that for a little bit and let this soak in, and so you want them to be able to remember those things and to enjoy them.
Definitely, and I'm sure they will at
this
particular point.
Sure.
Any other final mentions about this game we haven't covered?
Nope, I don't think so. Now it's time us coaches will start working on next week, getting ready to go for the next one.
Well, now you're coming off of a win. That just feels nice to hear going into next week. Coach, I very much appreciate your time for joining me. We'll be talking again once we get rolling into next week, and congrats on the big win.
You bet. Thank you, Gabe. Really appreciate it.
And that was the head coach of the Crookston Pirates, Coach Jim McBride, here with us on the Riverview Health postgame show. Very much appreciate his time. Some final scores we haven't covered before we wrap things up. We were in the AA football. Continue on there. East Grand Forks beat Warroad 28-7. Thief River Falls in front of Roseau 29-8. Pillager just scored again. They're up on Dorothy Clinton Felton 21-6. Park Rapids area beating Pelican Rapids 16-15. Barnesville in front of Hawley 30-14. And that's what else we have here. Any more that's coming through the area. Staples Motley in front of Perham 20-14, the next closest in that line. UMC women's soccer, as you mentioned, they lost 1-0 to Wayne State. UMC women's volleyball, they were also taking on Wayne State. That got started at 6 o'clock here and pulled things up. They lost that one as they fell 3-0 on that game against Wayne State. They're playing at home again tomorrow afternoon against Augustana. It's Youth Day for that one if you want to come out for that. There's a lot of volleyball in the area tomorrow of both the high school and collegiate varieties. So be sure to go and check that out. And one last score we'll also run through real quick. Here are the Minnesota Twins. They were trailing last time we checked. They're still 2-0 in favor of Cleveland in the top of the 5th. Tomorrow on the air, you'll have both Twins games. Yep, there's both of them. They take on Cleveland in a day-night doubleheader. 1:10 first pitch with a 12:30 pregame for Game 1, and a 6:10 first pitch and a 5:30 pregame for Game 2. I have Coach's Corner live from the Irishman Shanty at 9 a.m., and then I'll encourage you, especially if you love volleyball, come on out to Crookston High School tomorrow morning starting at 9 a.m., where we're going to have the 5th annual Crookston Invitational. 8 teams coming down, playing some volleyball, 4 matches apiece for those. So it's a good showcase for them and get some volleyball games in. And then UMC plays volleyball as well tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock out in Lee Soccer Gymnasium against Augustana. So lots of volleyball to check out over the weekend. We'll have the Minnesota Vikings on Sunday as they take on the Cincinnati Bengals in the Battle of Backups. And then Sunday Night Football to wrap things up. And that will do it for me. We thank everybody who's tuned in for this homecoming broadcast, either on KROX Radio or KROX TV. The final score, one last time, the Crookston Pirates 68 and Cass Lake-Bena 0. Thank you very much for tuning in, and hope everybody has a fantastic